Alright, good morning everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk, and today we are jumping back in Guild Wars 2 for day 2 of Twitch drops. Today, my plan is to be working on one of the new legendary guides. We had 2 new legendaries get added to the game yesterday, and boy howdy, they are expensive. Unless you just, for the PvE one, unless you just really want that specific graphic, I cannot recommend doing this over Aurora or Vision. It is many times the cost. The World v World one, if you already just play a lot of World v World, it doesn't really cost you that much. The World v World one is mostly time. But the PvE one is a staggering amount of in-game money. 7 million karma, 50k research. Yeah. It was 7.3 million karma. 50k research notes, 2,500 mithril ingots, wooden planks, cured thick leather squares, and bolts of silk. Muck, when will we see next low intensity builds? I don't have any of those in the pipeline. It's mainly just whenever I come across a good low intensity build, I make a video on it. But I don't have any on my radar right this second. And a casual 2k ecto? Yeah, 2k ecto also. Also making the new World v World Legendary uses the infusion up. Yeah, that's a weird one too, for sure. Winter's Day gonna be busy this year? Oh, for the karma? Yeah. Greetings, Mike Chat. Hey, Blue. Do you think the veterans just have that level of currency lying around? I mean, I do. But I'm like a veteran. Like, for example, I have 17 million karma. So 7 million karma is almost half my lifetime supply. Without trying to farm it, like, that's just what I've gained just playing. But that is a staggering amount of money. How are you after yesterday? A little rough. My next doc appointment is tomorrow morning. So, it's a video call tomorrow. I need to call and confirm everything after the morning stream today. But, yeah, we here. Alright, let's see. Homestead done. And let's go here. Which one are you doing first? So between the 2 legendaries, I think the first one I'll make a guide on is the PvE one. The World v World one, I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have to deal more with people trying to kill me while I'm in there. So I feel like I'll do the PvE one first. Note, I'm not actually making it. I'm just going to record the steps that are unique and then just talk about it. I heard the requirements were not great. They're a lot. They're very expensive. They are quite expensive. The most important question is, what should I be selling on the TP at inflated prices? I mean, mithril ingots, elderwood planks, cured thick leather squares, bolts of silk are all sellable. Globs of ecto. Mystic coins, you know, usual trophies, stuff like that. All those are options. Mist infusion. Oh yeah, if we're talking about the World v World one, then yeah. This is the World v World one. So, got the usual gifts here. Shards, Memories of Battle are tradable. Shards of Glory are tradable. Yeah, Mistwalker Infusion is tradable. 2 gifts of the Mist for that thing. That is a lot. No morning stream tomorrow? There might still be one, Blue. The appointment, okay, so my time, the morning stream starts at 10. And my appointment is a video call that starts at like 8:45. So it might not be impacted. But I might have to go to bed early tomorrow evening if I'm like dead tired because of waking up earlier. We will see. Hey, Muck, starting my story run. Hope it's right. What's up, Arath? I thought it was good. I thought it was good out of 10. right, that's Guild Hall number 2 complete. And God, this UI is always so slow. Number 3. Mike, do you do React content? You were mentioned in General Apple's late video. Late video? Do I do React content? Occasionally, I have a handful, like of the thousands of videos on my main YouTube channel, I have a handful of React videos. They're usually about something I know a lot about. Like, Josh Strife Hayes did a video on EverQuest, and I got his permission and did a react to that. General Apple. Say on General Apple YouTube. Let's see. This is why Guild Wars 2 isn't more popular. Well, that's kind of... that's pretty negative. What did he say about me? Am I the reason it's not popular?
I'm sorry. Look at this. Oh.
Okay, hang on a sec. Alright, what...
Ooh, a new trailer. First impression. Today, patch notes. Ooh. Should you play Guild Wars 2 in 2026? I played it. My experience.
Bro, what is he... Okay, hold on. Alright. Okay, we're starting with a bang here. Okay, so he is immediately complaining about the videos that pop up when he typed in Guild Wars 2 in the search bar. What?
Just hit level 80. And no shade to any of these guys. It's so boring. It's the same rehashed content over and over and over again. It's even worse than me using light mode. It sucks. Guild Wars 2 is incredible. Guild Wars 2 is amazing. Can I have any type of content that criticizes the game? I have...
Wait, what? Wait, so he's searching for negative content? So he's searching for negative hold on a sec. Like, what?
Nothing. And now you understand why I'm forced to make a WoW video. Because I want to make a living one day, and it's not going to happen out of Guild Wars 2. Also, I kind of like World of Warcraft way than Guild Wars 2. I'm sorry. It's a WoW brain. It is what it is. Look,
like, what? You typed in Guild Wars 2, so it's going to show the most recent stuff. And this was recorded. Okay, if my video on the patch notes was live, he recorded this yesterday. On patch day. So on one of the 3 biggest expansion patches during a yearly cycle, he recorded a video, and then on that day, he typed in Guild Wars 2 in the bar. Of course, most of the stuff that pops up is going to be brand new zone, brand new farm, brand new patch notes, stuff like that. Like, that's natural.
First impression, but that's pretty much it. You don't have any video similar to the WoW community. Like, nothing. It's crazy. No predictions for the future. No, I was about to say WoW machinima. No Guild Wars 2 machinimas. You don't have anything.
But, dude, I just finished the Craftlock series. You're not looking for it. Yeah, I mean, it's a smaller player base. There's less of them. Also, I will say, talking about, like, machinimas, it's not a full-blown machinima, but I just finished the Craftlock series, which took me months to do, because I'm basically like a one-man show, with the exception, my editor helps out. But the views just aren't there. Like, it did okay, but it absolutely did not pay for the hundreds of hours that I put into it. So like, at this moment in time, I probably wouldn't do another one of these. There's not a demand for that. Like, yeah, he's demanding it, but I'm saying, like, in general, I do not feel there is a demand within the community for machinima. Like, when I do stuff similar to that, I don't even break even. Like, if he's talking about, because and I mentioned, like, funding and stuff like that, because he mentioned, like, wanting to make a living, which is totally fine. But, like, the hundreds of hours I spent on this 10-episode series, like, it'll continue to earn some, trickle in views over time, and it was fun. But I could not do, like, another series like that anytime soon, because it was, if we're just talking monetarily, it was a loss. Like, there's simply not a demand for that.
Special. It's just the same thing. Everyone is glazing the game because they're so deathly afraid of ArenaNet. They just can't speak up. I mean, Captain Craftface is right there. Okay.
No, we're not. Like, there's lots of people that, like, okay, you want to criticize for the game? I think The ending of Icebrood Saga sucked. I think the second half of Secrets of the Obscure suck. I think, you know, like, I've been saying for years, like, there's unfixed bugs for Ranger. Like, I think, I don't know. I think it depends on the level of criticism he wants. Like, Rose criticized the game constantly, and then he finally got, like, blocked by them because he made a joke that was basically a threat. Like, they don't have a problem with people criticizing the game. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
One guy that makes the same content like the rest of them. It doesn't matter. Build that empire, General Apple. What am I going to talk about? Everyone is so positive. The moment you make a video that is slightly negative about Guild Wars 2, you're gonna be just flamed to oblivion. What can you do? It's just reality.
No, I mean, I recently made that video on, was it Visual Clarity? And I was like, this is, in my opinion, the biggest problem in the game right now, because, and I say biggest problem because it affects the largest amount of people. What did I call that video? Sorry, hang on a second. Guild Wars 2's biggest problem and how to fix it. And hold on, what were his exact words a second ago?
Everyone is so positive. The moment you make a video that is slightly negative about Guild Wars 2, you're gonna be just flamed to oblivion.
The moment you make a negative video, you're flamed to oblivion. Okay. Guild Wars 2's biggest problem. 97.5% like to dislike ratio. 2,451 likes, 62 dislikes. That's simply not true. Like, if you make a video criticizing something, and you are not just like, you know, a stick up your butt about it, people will listen. But, like, if you're just flaming, I mean, I'm not sure what he's talking about. Like, I don't have a beef with General Apple. I've seen other videos of his. I've commented on his videos. I don't have a problem with him. But I just think this is not true. I think if you make a video about something that you think is negative about the game, and then you just talk about it and you, like, lay out the facts and stuff like that, and you're like, this is why I feel this way, then, you know, there's a discussion. All your videos are so well received, though. I expect there would always be haters no matter what topic. Yeah, there are. Like, no matter what I upload, there are dislikes. But it's just not... It's not that bad. Like, the patch notes video yesterday has 2 dislikes. 2 people just hated the patch notes. I just flat out don't think this is true.
What can you do? It's just reality, man. You can't even hate on the game like you can do in World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft can go both ways. You can love the game, people would watch. You can hate it, people would watch. In Guild Wars 2, it's like you're being conditioned into doing the exact same loop over and over again. You're being stuck in limbo. You're literally going down. Dante's Inferno, but every level is the same. There's nothing to differentiate between any content creator for Guild Wars 2. And the worst thing about that is that the top 3 content creators for Guild Wars 2 took all the viewers. Because there is no reason for me to watch anything but Mukluk and Lorinity. Because they already make the best type of content that is like that. So why?
I took all the viewers. Hold on. He said the top 3 creators, and then he said Mukluk and Lorinity. So I think he's calling either me or Laura fat, and I'm not sure which one, because one of us counts as 2 people. Yeah, I had an extra Coke yesterday, chat. That's not true.
Why would I ever
My
watch
throat's
someone with
killing
like
me.
viewers between any content creator for Guild Wars 2? And the worst thing about that is that the top 3 content creators for Guild Wars 2 took all the viewers. Because there is no reason for me to watch anything but Mukluk and Lorinity. Because they already make the best type of content that is like that. So why would I ever watch someone with like 1K subs that makes the same videos? There's no uniqueness. You guys really need to understand.
Yeah, chat, why would I ever watch one of some creator other than those top 3? As I watch General Apple right now.
It was a different type of video, you just skipped over it though. One different type of video, okay, that's a gotcha moment, of course, true. Amongst the sea of 99% same rehashed garbage. True. Absolutely. Thou shalt not criticize Guild Wars 2. I know it is. And it's an extremely niche game too. It shouldn't be niche. Guild Wars 2 is a phenomenal game. It should not be niche. It's a great game. More people need to be on it. It shouldn't be a niche. It can be better than World of Warcraft because in some aspects it is. That's what drives me nuts. It's not the fact that, oh, it's a niche game. Why do you accept this as a fact? It shouldn't be like that. The game is incredible. More people should enjoy it. I played Heart of Thorns for the first time, what, a week ago?
Watch on 1X. I wasn't planning on watching the whole video. It's just at this point I got like pulled in.
An MMO such as this was under my nose this entire time, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's making it known. It's like, oh, the last patch. Oh, this. Oh, that. Like, who cares? Homie, talk about the game. Just make stuff. Talk about the bad stuff even. It's fine, because whenever you talk about the bad stuff inside of an MMO, people can watch it and actually play the game because of it. Because people would look at that and think, oh, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Maybe this game is for me. You can know. Yeah, I mean, 6K people right now on Steam alone is not a niche. Exactly. And also, it's very heavily populated. Steam isn't an indication of how many people are playing the game, because most people like me are using the launcher.
So just really quick for anyone who doesn't know, the standalone client has existed for almost 14 years. Steam Guild Wars 2 has existed for a couple of years. So the Steam number is like less than, it's like a couple of percentages of the player base. It's a very small amount of the player base is that Steam number.
So it doesn't really matter. Toxic positivity, etc. Yeah, exactly. It's the toxic positivity. I think. Wait. Okay, we're kind of doing a little bit. We're getting into talkative mode. Let me apply the background music. Okay. Listen, this is a very good discussion. Actually, I'm glad we're having it right now. It kind of happened out of the blue, but it's fine. If we're on that topic,
this isn't a discussion. This is a rant.
We should open this from Dora box, right? Yeah, just the normal experience, not so much high-level guides. So it never get pushed into the algorithm. It's not about algorithm. It's about people not making that content in the first place. You had one guy who made such content. What happened to him? You know, he got permabanned. Just like
because he threatened their headquarters. He joked about buying a gun.
You had one single.
Like, dude, I like Rose. That was stupid. Like, doing that action on his part was stupid.
Bald dude making great content for Guild Wars 2, and he got instantly banned. Instantly. And it's such a
not instantly. No. He made fun videos for years. Look at this. 3 years ago, 358k views. He made fun videos for years before he made the very dark joke that was construed as a threat by ArenaNet and Twitch, and then he got blocked on those platforms as a result of it. They didn't touch him for years. They let him do whatever he wants.
Shame, because this guy was my interaction to Guild Wars 2. Like this one, like this video is what made me fall in love with Guild Wars 2. I couldn't wait to see more videos from him, and now it's all over. I will never have that chance. And it's such a damn shame. It is such a damn shame. We're not going to see anything like this ever again. Yeah, besides the YouTube stuff, Guild Wars 2 always get pushed down by the WoW community. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like saying the FF14 community gets pushed down by the WoW community. That's not true. It has its own community. It just needs to make itself known better and open itself to other communities. The problem with Guild Wars 2 community, as much as I love it, it's a very tight-knit community, but it goes both ways. They're essentially shielded themselves by a large wall that nobody can scale. It's very difficult to get into Guild Wars 2 because of that. And I'm not talking about once you're already in. Once you're already in, everyone would help you. They're really kind people. The problem is setting your foot at the door. You see, because you don't even see the door. It's non-existent. Yeah, there are some cool Let's Plays from...
Okay, so, I mean, he said, yeah, I agree with him that the Guild Wars 2 community is incredibly nice once you're in there. But he's saying you can't get in there? Like, is he just, like, talking about advertising? Because I'll admit, the Guild Wars has years where they have been not good at advertising. If that's what he's talking about. But if that's not what he means, then I don't understand the statement.
Released years ago, true. And by the way, check this out. Really cool boss. Guild Wars 2, Sue 1. Really cool boss from Guild Wars 2. Wow, 700 views 6 months ago. I bet it's...
That wasn't... dude, that came out years ago.
24p quality as well. Nobody cares. Nobody cares enough to talk about one of the coolest fights in Guild Wars 2. Nobody's care about that. Literally nobody care. Nobody care.
Well, wait, what? Dude, so, okay, hold on. So Suwon is a boss in the story, Suwon is a boss in the open world, and Suwon is a boss in Harvest Temple. And so if you want to talk about the coolest fight, you need to either look up Dragon's End meta, or Harvest Temple, or Harvest Temple challenge mode. You can't just type in Suwon. Like, that's not going to give you the search result. So, in this specific example, there's a search fail.
Unless, oh wait, we have almost 1k views? Oh, it's a guide for the weapons. Oh, it's not even about the boss, it's about a guide. You see? That's the problem.
That's not even a guide, that's Lord Heisen just showing off his collection.
Guild Wars 2. That is absolutely the problem with Guild Wars 2. And it's all by design. It is all cultivated and pushed by ArenaNet, and I really wish that wasn't the case. It should not be the case. Never. Never that should be the case. Yeah, I always get shunned when I call the game pay to win. Well, technically. I mean, you are correct. The fashion is pay to win. Yeah, whenever I try to promote Guild Wars 2 to friend or other...
So, yeah, okay, Guild Wars 2 does have pay to win aspects, but it's like, if you have a spectrum of pay to win, like 0 to 100, Guild Wars 2 is like a 2. It's on there, I'll admit it, but it's like really, really low.
They simply say they never want to try it out because it's not WoW. But, of course, a lot of people say that. But people said that about FF14, and it broke the mold. Because of Asmongold, right? Asmongold quit World of Warcraft and played FF14.
He's baiting? I mean, he might really feel this way, but I disagree with a lot of this. Like the Suwon thing, like, that's just a failed Google search. Well, I mean, YouTube search. Because, again, you would search in Dragon's End meta, or you would search Harvest Temple, or Harvest Temple challenge mode, or, you know, End of Dragon's story finale, or something like that. Just typing in Suwon. That's like typing in Greer. And Greer is a boss like 4 times in the story, and also in Convergences, and also a world boss in Janthier Century, and he's also a raid boss. Which Greer do you want?
And now it became huge. And the problem with Guild Wars 2 is that you had streamers on Asmongold level, like Riparian, play Guild Wars 2, promoting it. What did? They permabanned Riparian. For what? Doing a glitch that was caused by their spaghetti code. It was...
I gotta admit, I don't know anything about this. I have not heard Kriparian tried Guild Wars 2 or got banned.
wasn't even his fault. I mean, it technically kind of was.
I know who Kriparian is. I haven't heard anything about this.
But why permaban him? Just fix the dupe. And don't ban him. It was that simple. It's so stupid. They should have never banned Kriparian. Never. Yeah, Asmongold is a joker. He always shit on Guild Wars 2 as well, but never tried it himself. He has tried it.
It was on launch? So this was like 14 years ago? Okay, yeah, I don't know about this.
He has tried it, just not on stream. He tried it off stream. Yeah, it's like me saying ESO or FF14 is bad. I mean, yeah, well, you need to try out these games. It really depends. You can definitely break the mold with WoW players. Listen, WoW players are basically refugees right now. Retail sucks balls, and Classic won't hold them forever. You can...
Okay. Okay, dude, WoW has been incredibly successful for over 20 years. To say, oh, this isn't gonna hold them. I mean, dude, it's holding them. It's holding them real good. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some people come and some people go, but
definitely
it's holding them.
Make them check out Guild Wars 2. I know, I'm one of them. You just need to invite us in with some really great videos, because this ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it. And again, no shade to any of these content creators. I can always respect the hustle. I can respect the grind. I know that they're doing what they've been conditioned to do because it's their job, but it's just sad. It truly is just sad. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, guys. Anyway, I think we spoke about this enough. It was kind of out of place. Now we have to go back watch World of Warcraft videos. It's time. Guys, I mean, it is what it is. Just to kind of summarize, I think all these people are great, but I really wish we had different type of content. And if you were asking me personally, what would I like to see? I would like to see more content like Rose. I would like to see more edgy stuff, more normal stuff, more even cringy stuff that I don't like. I would just like to see content that is different from what we have now. Because you can pull different type of people. MMOs are about community. You can't assemble a community of like-minded people. It would never end up well. Never. You need to have difference of opinion. You need that. It's so crucial. Otherwise, you get homogenization of classes, of videos, of everything inside of the game. Because ArenaNet isn't getting feedback from normal people. They get feedback from people who already enjoy their games. So the game is actually being deteriorated because of that. That's why it's so important to have difference of opinion. That's why it's so important to have a discussion with people that think other than you. But I guess ArenaNet doesn't like that.
Yeah, there's a lot I disagree with there. There is a lot. Hold on. So he wants like more forms of content, more edgy forms. I definitely don't fulfill the edgy role. But like, talking about, like, he wants more machinima stuff. I remember in one of his last videos, he's like, I wish they had more transmog contests. And I remember I replied under that video, I'm like, they literally have one going right now with legendaries as the grand prize. And he's like, oh. It's like, he's not searching for it. You just type in Guild Wars 2 in the search bar, and complaining about the first 5 to 10 search results doesn't give you, you know, an amount of, it doesn't really show you everything, right? It doesn't show you all the stuff that is there. Like, you're wanting, like, the machinima stuff. Like I said, I just finished the Craftlock series. That took me since last November to do. So it was like 6-7 months in order to get all those out. Part of that was because I damaged my vocals. But, like, I do that. And saying we don't criticize it, you know, if I'm one of the biggest content creators for Guild Wars 2, I definitely criticize it. I don't think all 9 classes should have alacrity. I think maybe 5 of them should. I don't think all 9 classes should have quickness. I think like maybe 5 of them should. Same with any of those moves. I think it's actually really cool in World of Warcraft that the Warlock is unique. He can summon players to him. The Mage is unique. He can prepare conjured food. Like, all these classes have, like, a unique thing they can do that the others can't. I like that. It feels really good in a game if you're in a situation where something goes bad and you can save the group with an ability that's unique to you. It feels nice. Like, if you're playing a Warlock in WoW, and you get too many pulls on the party, and the Warlock can use Banish to banish one of them because they were a demon, it feels nice. Like, oh man, you just use this niche ability of yours to save the party. Like, yeah, I wish there was more stuff like that. And I've talked about that at length. So to just claim that top 3 content creators just glaze the game the whole time, I just feel like if he believes that, he doesn't watch our content. Because that's not true. I complain about stuff all the time, but at the same time, I also recognize that my vision for the game is not necessarily the same as their vision for the game. Like, yeah, there's a freaking bug right here, like Signet of Renewal. Doesn't have a range check on it. I have been complaining about this for over 6 years. So, like, for anyone who doesn't know, you see this button on the bar? You see how there's, like, red under it? If I click this MOA, you see how it disappears? The red under skills means the thing you're targeting is out of range of you. If any of you didn't know that. That's a range check. If you have an enemy or something targeted, so if I target that synthesizer and I walk up to it, those range checks, see that? The red bars disappear. They tell you that you're in range of your abilities. Okay? 1, the game never tells people that. Most people I tell about this, they've never heard of it. 2, Signet of Renewal doesn't have a range check. Signet of Renewal will fail if your pet is not within 600 range of you, but it doesn't have a range check. If your pet is 601 units away from you, it will not cure 13 conditions, it will cure 0. And then you die because you've got all those dots on you. I've been complaining about this for 6 years. Okay? There are tons of things that I have, complained about or whined about, whatever, in regards to criticizing the game. It's just they listen to some, they don't listen to others, right? And I have learned a couple of things in my time. It's like, 1, if I just make a video that I'm like, here's 20 bugs they need to fix. Yeah, some people might talk in the comments section, but ArenaNet's not going to listen to it. But if I make a video that's like, hey, here's a problem and here's how to fix it, sometimes they fix it. And so it's like, if I'm basically just acting like a doomer, like, they're not even going to watch the video, And even if I am being, like, really nice, like, maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll watch it when I have time, and then they get busy and then they don't. I don't know. So it's just flat out not true that we don't criticize the game. Like, just the last 3 expansions. Janthier, it was out of 10. There were slow talking bears and we fought the same rocks like 14 times. But it was pretty, Soto, Icebrood Saga, loved him in the first half. Was very disappointed with the second half, right? However, I do think Soto had the best features, right? The expanded weapon proficiencies, the weapon master specialization, open world legendary armor stuff, the sky scale, new faster way of getting it. I think Soto had the best features in the game, but I think the story was just awful after the first half of it. But that's my opinion. That's what we're talking about, opinion of writing. Like, I am able to say, look at that and say, like, oh, this isn't a bug. This is me not liking it. And whether or not they agree with that, that's on them. But yeah, I don't agree with General Apple's take that no one criticizes the game. I don't agree that no one makes, like, these other things like machinimas and, like, funny videos or cringe videos and stuff like that, because I've tried them, and what I have found is there's not a market for it. Like, yeah, if you're just doing it for fun, sure, yeah, do whatever you want. Like, I've got videos that Noxxi has made where it's just like me dying 60 times to a boss and trying to figure out how to beat it, and she just puts my deaths to a beat. Hilarious, very funny. I love those videos. They do terrible. They do awful. Like, they just don't get enough views to pay for all the editing time. So if we're talking about for, like, full-time content creators, it just doesn't do well enough. There's just not a big enough market for it. So it's like, yeah, I think I have tried near all the things he complained about that nobody does, and just nobody watches it. It's just not enough people that want that. Patch note videos are always good. Also, again, I think it was very silly for him to record a video on one of the 3 biggest patch days during an annual cycle and complain that the first 5 search results are the same. Of course, the first things that come up are going to be, here's the new this, here's the new that, here's the new those. Like, it's patch day, So, I mean, that was silly. He should have recorded that on one of the other 362 days of the year. Toxic positivity makes it clear they are repeating things they've heard in other MMOs. I mean, I will say that the community is really nice. Like, again, I've used this example before. If I was in WoW and I'm like, hey, where is such and such? People will be like, oh, let me tell you where your mom's house is, But if I was in Guild Wars 2 and I get stuck on something, usually if you yell a question, you get the right answer. Just in general, excuse me, and there's always bad eggs, but in general, if I am in Guild Wars 2 and I ask for help, I feel like I encounter a nicer group of people than in other MMOs. And I've played WoW, EverQuest, Black Desert Online, WildStar, Rift, Elder Scrolls Online, FF14 for like a week. And I feel like just on average, you meet nicer people in this game. But yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. So Mankirk's life, yeah. At that point, I think I've gone over the whole thing. But yeah, I strongly disagree with like 90% of that video. There was a couple of things, but still think it's funny that me and Lorenity are the top 3. One of us is fat. Lord of the Rings Online, where's the Batcave? Under Wayne Manor. Oh gosh. Muck and Luck and Lorenity. Oh yeah, I have too. Nobody watching other content is a symptom of the same disease, though. It's not a disease. I mean, people are allowed to like and dislike what they want, right? Like, I don't like FF14, so I'm not playing that. I don't watch people play that. If people don't like machinimas, they're not watching machinimas, you know? But, I don't know, I have found that, like, for example, the formulas that work for me is, like, covering current events, like new patch notes, stuff like that, and doing some guides with, like, some machinima-style jokes mixed in there. You know? Like the video I did on the prototype position rewinder, or the White Mantle portal device, those were both machinima style. And they did okay, but they were also guides, so they continued to pull in views for years, because they were guides. But the ones that I'm just focused on, like the machinima style stuff, they don't really stand the test of time, so they flatline pretty quick. Gotta do tier list with the hottest of takes. I don't want to do that. Actually, I can't even immediately think of what that take would be. Hottest babes of Tyria. I don't know. Is Patha in Tyria? Because she's in like another dimension.
Sadly, the nice month is over. I didn't want to interrupt the rant. New phone. Who dis? Trying to fill up this window with words. This. That. Something or other. Best boy Braham is a lie.
Oh my god.
Gotta give it to our fuzzy bear Eatlock.
Thank you, Bird. Outfits raccoons. No, I'm not. I am not posting a video on my PG channel with Gooners in the title. No, I'll leave that to someone else. Muck's characters are like an old Mortal Kombat palette swap. I accept that criticism. Muck didn't react to the video I sent. What did you send? Send it again, Rag. Hold on. I'm looking at your chat history. You said you put something in the VIP lounge? How long ago? Froggy hates snow? That one? There's a VIP lounge? Yeah, there is. Okay, hold on. Alright, so the last thing you posted in VIP, Froggy hates snow, and before that, I sort of hate some of the Guild Wars 2 community. Bro. What are these doomers? Didn't Silhouette just get accepted into the ArenaNet partner program too? I mean, if General Apple is to be believed, then that means he's he's about to get punished, right? Oh wait, I've watched this video. He's pinned. I put an F in the comment section. His hardcore character died in this video. So I put an F here, and he pinned it. Yeah, I have seen it. I didn't watch it on stream, but I have seen it. You know what killed him, too? He was doing a world boss, and he went to loot the chest, and he clicked on a Mesmer portal by mistake, and fell to his death. So, really, this is a video about how horrible Mesmers are. Again. That's it. That's what killed his hardcore character. I don't, like, aside from that, I don't, hold on. What was even this video about aside from that?
I hate this community so damn much, bro. You have no idea. Everyone's saying this community is so nice, so friendly, and they're liars. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. My car literally broke down, so I had to get it. I wanted to hop on the old hardcore account and make ultra long-term goal. So this process isn't going to be done in like well, I keep dying. And this time around, I was processed a lot because, well, I keep dying. And this time around, I was a little smarter with my decision thing. I made full gear strategy because, of course, like I died. It just geared with whatever random stuff. The video, the new player experience. I will run you through a play-by-play. Poor job experience is the new player system anytime soon. So I'm going to keep my suggestions as like pretty low intensive. I'm not like, oh, do this and this part. These change actually despair. I will help them get proper gear.
Yeah, I don't need to watch all this again. I have seen that before. I'm trying to remember. I think he talked about complaining about the free gear you get while leveling. It gives you like mismatched runes. And you get stuff with stats that are like all over the place and stuff like that. And yeah, I agree that the learning experience in Guild Wars 2 could be better. Yeah, I agree with that. And the part of the reason for that is like the game, you finish the level 1 to 2 little tutorial, and then it goes, okay, good luck, and it just releases you into the world. So you could argue that the game gives you too much freedom. It's like, I would like more information. Nope, good luck. But, you know, then that's why I make things like new player guides, stuff like that. Hey there, new to the stream. What's up, Lone Star? But yeah, like, the new player experience could be a bit better. I think it gives you freedom too quickly, and you still don't really know what you're doing. So the result is a lot of people wandering around not really sure what to do.
Hey, look, it's the Tree of Birds. How are you today?
What do you think about the new PvE legendary prices? It's super overpriced. Unless you specifically want that graphic, Aurora and Vision are way cheaper. The early game is pretty easy, you can't even die. That is correct, but the result of people getting released into the open world with no guidance is they get to maximum level doing like 2k DPS, and they don't know that some other people are doing 30k. Like, they don't know that many other people are doing 10 to 15 times the amount of damage that they're doing because they were never really pressured. You know, and they didn't really have guidance, they weren't really pressured to realize that they were playing very poorly. But again, like, you're right, the open world is quite easy, so you can kind of fumble your way around there, and then... and then, yeah, that's it. New legis are overpriced? Yeah. They are very expensive. Cleaning these bags up. We were gaming all day yesterday, so I got a lot of stuff in here. You know, Muk, I've noticed this about myself. I think it's stat building, whether it's card games like MTG or Guild Wars 2 with gear, Grim Dawn stats, Diablo. I'm horrible at figuring out which ones to do and then building the gear set. If the build sites of these games didn't exist, I probably wouldn't be playing them. That's fair. The reason people make build guides is there's a market for them. There's always a group of people that want it. Soundtrack's amazing. Oh yeah, and this is just like in town. A lot of people have complimented this one. Do I have all these? Does it say on here if I have them? I'll leave that for now. I'm not sure. Okay, opened all those boxes. Let's see what we got. That's part of the reason why I do Path of Fire before Heart of Thorns. It's too much from the start. I started playing after Hothead launch. Had to do everything with no mounts. Those were dark days. Yeah. Yeah, I remember early days, like on my Ranger, I was constantly using Signet of the Hunt for the 25% run speed, and I always had Greatsword as my off weapon, so I could use the charge forward just for traveling. Am I safe to get my drops here without risk of this spoiling the story? Yeah, I did the story yesterday. Can you give non-spoilery thoughts on the story? It was good out of 10. I think it was not exceptional, and I don't think it was bad either. I think it was good out of 10. Do you think the patch was worth the 7-month wait? So, you're not the first person to ask me that, so I've already had time to think about this response. To say, like, do you think this patch was worth the 7-month wait? I think it kind of makes it sound like we got nothing for 7 months, which is not true, right? That's like looking at a 16-year-old kid and looking at the parent being like, do you think this was worth waiting 16 years? Like, it's like, well, we got to spend a lot of time with them in those 16 years. Like... So, I don't think that's a fair question, you know, because we got other stuff in the last 7 months. But do I think this is acceptable, like, as a major patch? Yeah. Yeah, I do. If the goats weren't involved, would it have been 10 out of 10? That silly math problem aside, I think that whole section where you're doing, like, the trials for, like, 30 minutes to an hour, I think that was too long. Like, just giving feedback, I think that section was too long.
Threshold achieved.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just read something. Oh, that's good. You can't accidentally salvage the Vial of Liquid Shadowstone. That's good. Do you think this was worth an extra 3 months wait for the story and the map? If we are comparing it... Okay. Let's do this. Let's compare it to Soto. This was in the opening release. Opening release. Release to major update at 3 months. Major update at 6 months. Major update at 9 months. If we're comparing it to the crap they did with Interneos, hell the muck yes. This was better. Right? I think that just waiting an extra 3 months for an additional map instead of getting a map that was sliced in. Dude, I don't know about you guys. I've not gone back to Interneos. I don't like it. The whole place is colored like depression, and I don't enjoy the meta. So them just like breaking it into thirds, I think waiting longer for this was way better. I like this map way more. So if it means waiting longer to get more maps like this, yeah, I'll take it. I loot the chest there. I do have an alt part there, sure. Some people only care about the story. I do not only care about the story, but I do care about the story, right? Like, I enjoy doing Dragonstorm, but the writing around Dragonstorm is terrible, right? So, but like, just doing it, yeah, it's fine. But I do care about the story. But it's not like the only thing I care about. I love Naos's vibe the first time I saw it, but after half a year there, it gets dreadful. Yeah, we were there for 9 months. The way that they did the Naos releases, we were there for 9 months. From the 3-month patch all the way up till the end of that expansion, we were here. And then Janthier, there was release and release. And then later there was Mistborn Barons, and then later there was Baba Nisos. I still haven't fixed the map for those. So there was 4 maps for Janthier. So this expansion only took a few hours to complete. What? No, hold on. The story of this specific patch release of this specific expansion took me like a play session to complete. But to just say the expansion took a few hours to complete, that's not true. Story also involves achievements, environmental factors, text-based items spread around the map, etc. If taken into consideration, there's a lot of lore stuff. Yeah. Now, I did read all of the scrolls and stuff that we were able to find. But I'm sure there were more. Like, I still haven't done, like, any of the adventures or anything like that in the new zone. Let's see. Iron ore. Do you think Guild Wars 2 is niche compared to other MMOs? Do I think it's niche? No. But is it smaller? Yes. Okay. How many raid how many raid bosses do we have in Guild Wars 2? There was 25 before the last one. What do we have, like 28 now? I think we might have like 28 raid encounters. Okay, not counting, okay, if we count strikes. There's the IBS 5, plus there was, what, 2 or 3 in End of Dragons? I don't know, let's round it up. So there's like 40? There's like 40 raid boss fights, right? How many raid bosses are in WoW? Now granted, in WoW, you out-level raid bosses and you can go back and solo them. But right now, there are 970 raid boss encounters across 166 raid instances. Okay? It is quite simply a massive difference in production. Blizzard Entertainment has a much bigger team working on World of Warcraft than ArenaNet has working on Guild Wars 2. It's just like there's less content in Guild Wars 2. There is still over a decade of content. There's still a lot to do. If you come into the game, you're new, you haven't played it before, there's still thousands of hours for you to enjoy. However, it is, if you're comparing it to like, WoW or something, it's much less than that. But on the flip side, if you compare Guild Wars 2 to 99% of MMOs that can't even stay afloat and fail, Guild Wars 2 is doing pretty freaking good. It is still alive and kicking, going on 14 years. So that is amazing, and that is, and they do that with like no monthly fee. WoW doesn't have World v World. It's true. I've gotten a lot of people into this game by just telling them about World v World. Be like, hey, Alterac Valley? Imagine that, but 10 times the size, with catapults and siege machines. And I've gotten quite a few people into the game with that. I'm gonna process all of this later. Why are MMOs so focused on in-game content, or like some casual players call it after-game content? It's, I don't know. I don't know how it started, but there's definitely a group of people that what they'll do is they'll just get to max level, and then they're just concerned with stuff you could do at max level, right? And so, because of that, what happens frequently is, like let's say you're playing WoW and you're doing all the content in the order it came out, right? The vanilla zones are dead. Then you get to the Burning Crusade, they're dead. No one else is there. You get to Wrath of the Lich King, there's dead. No one else is there. And on and on and on. And then you get to the newest content, and that's where everybody is, right? You just pass through the old stuff as you're leveling. Guild Wars 2 did a good job of combating that by doing things like legendaries and world bosses are in the early zones, which bring the max level people back to the early zones, and they're interacting with the new people, and it breathes life into them. So it's just kind of a result of not having a system that brings people back to the early zones. Is the early zones are all dead except for people leveling through them. And then, of course, you've got people that don't, there are many folks that are not interested in the story, and that's fine. And so they, go through there, they just click through, like, I accept quest, turn in quest, and they just blast through it as fast as possible. They get those, WoW has those add-ons, I don't know the name of them, where it basically is just like, you just follow the arrow, you just do this quest, you do that, you don't read anything, you just blast through it as fast as possible, and then endgame's all that's left. Map comp helps a lot too. Maybe not as much as those things, but it's a reason to hang out in each map for an extended period of time. True. I remember Quest Helper. Yeah. Have you ever tried running with a hardcore-ish World v World fight guild? I used to do a thing on my channel called World v Wednesday, where I would do just World v World with anyone in chat anytime that I was streaming on Wednesdays. And it was fun for a while, but I honestly had too many issues with stream snipers. Because, like, the enemy team could effectively open my stream to see where all of us were and come kill us if they wanted to, or just use that information against us. So it's like, if I wanted to be doing a lot of serious World v World on stream, I would need to set up like a stream delay or something. Otherwise, it was not good. I miss the visual novel style of storytelling in Guild Wars 2. Can't skip most stuff now that it's not like that. Oh, yeah. I did like the pastel stuff that they would do. They had the, what is the word for it? Like the cinematics that were like pastels and stuff. I thought those looked really, really good. And I wish they would do more of those. Now they do, like when they do cinematics, it seems to be like, stuff rendered with like in-game footage. Like, some of the vets here, you remember the one when Aurene was looking into all the futures, like Doctor Strange, and the music that was playing? Oh my god, dude, I got chills down the back of my neck when I watched that the first time. That was so good. The Fractal Cinematic, yeah. Yeah, hey, hang on. What was was it Star to Guide Us? Hold on, I gotta see if I can find this. Yeah, it was Startigitis. Yeah, okay. Hang on. So, spoiler warning, 1 minute long spoiler warning if you've never seen this. This is from either Path of Fire or Living World Season 4. Okay? You've been warned. Mute me for 1 minute if you don't want this. Alright, so this is, I think, a perfect example. Okay? So, in this scene, Aurene is getting the ability to briefly look into the future. And she's looking into a million futures for how can we defeat the big bad. And she's like, what if I try to fight him one-on-one? I die. Rewind. What if I fight him with the Elonians? I die. Rewind. What about air support? I die. Nog. This is not the time. You're ruining this for me. What about if I do it here? What about with the air support in the north? And then she has a mental breakdown because she just experienced herself like dying 100 times. So in terms of artwork, they had to draw a few different pictures for this in Photoshop. And then the editors went wild with it, and the music went wild. They haven't done these in a long time, and I miss them. Like, that is so good. And they've got a number that are like that. But that was like one of my favorite ones. Like, I mentioned back when... what is it? Mistborn Barrens came out. I was completely confused by this bit here, the Agony Valley. And, or was it Lorenity had to explain it to me. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And it was like, involved references to Guild Wars 1 and stuff like that, and I didn't know what the heck it was. And I was like, they could have had one of those cinematics like that, like the one I just showed you, for like what this was. Like the people marching to their death and stuff like that, just like flashbacks and music and stuff. They could have done something like that there. I think they're, like, that is a tool in their toolbox that they haven't used enough recently. Canuck voice actor is different now. Yeah, Matt Mercer is Canuck now. And he's great. I love the original Canuck, though. I like the original one. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Where is... Get rid of that. Okay. Alright. It's time to get to work, chat. I really don't think the one-year expansion timeline is doing them any favors of being able to expand on their storytelling. I mean, maybe that's why they haven't announced the next one yet. Maybe that is the reason that there are waiting longer for the next one. Okay. Stellar Radiance. Alright. So this is the script for Endless Summer, which I've already done a guide on, which was 12 pages. So, I am going to use this as a framework to make a guide for Legendary Set 12 pages. Yeah, now you know why these take so long. Now you know why these take so long. Let's get started. Alright. How do you actually realistically farm 7 million karma? Play the game for 7 years. Easy. Honestly, if you were focused on farming karma, you could probably... Thank you. If you're focused on farming karma, you should be able to get that in time, but I don't know how long it's going to take you. Let's see. Okay. So let's work on this. So why would you want legendary? All right, so I've got my usual intro here. Why would you want Legend gear? It has the same stats as Ascended. If you have a piece of Ascended gear with power, precision, and ferocity on it, and a Legendary with the same 3 stats, the numbers will be the same. However, Legendary gear can be swapped to other stats anytime you're out of combat. This means that you can use the Legendary you own or aim to own, and it can always have the desired stats on every character you have. Another reason you might want it is if you think it looks good. Note, Legendaries can be a long-term project. The more you rush it, the more expensive it will be. Keep that in mind, and take your time and do a little each day if needed. Okay, so that's my usual take it easy thing. All right, so crafting requirements and early time gates. Okay, what are our early time gates for this thing? All right, so we've got this guy here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so Mystic Tribute, annoying, but not a time gate. 77 Mystic Clovers could be considered a time gate. Eternity's Garden Mastery. Alright, hold on. We're just making some bullet points right now. Gift of Eternity's Garden Exploration. That's not really a time gate. Gift of Regrowth. Forge Guard's Armor Collection. Takes time. Let's see. Shadowstone Fragments. You say that in every Legendary video, you should have that part already recorded. That is true. However, I would still re-speak it because sometimes, like if I'm recording something, I might be talking like this the whole time without even realizing it. Or I might be talking like this the whole time without even realizing it. Or I might be talking like this the whole time without even realizing it, right? There's slight changes in like pitch and volume. And sometimes if I record something and I just like reuse a chunk from an old video, like my volume in the video will go like this after I hear it after the fact. So even if I'm gonna reuse some of the same sentences, I would still re-record it because of that. However, the video footage for this chunk, absolutely just reuse it from the Endless Summer video. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I got a typo there. So, 2,500 Mithril Ingots, Elderwood Planks, Cured Thick Leather Squares, and Bolts of Silk. Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector.
We should burn the damn jungle to the ground.
7. Hold on, wasn't it 7.3 million? Hold on, I remember there was another 3. Oh, it was the Forge Guard armor. You needed like 300k karma for those. So it's like 7,300,000 karma. 2,000 gloves of ectoplasm, and it's more than 50,000 research notes because of the gift of research. 500 hydrocatalytic reagents. 50 per 10. So 500 hydrocatalytic reagents divided by 10 is 50. 50 times 50 is 2,500. So is that 2,500 research notes? Quick math. So you need 52,500 research notes. Oh my god. It's 200 gold for the Mystic Runestones. Alright. Alright. A quick ripping off of the Band-Aid. At the time of recording this, there are 4 legendary accessories in the game. 3 from PvE and 1 from World v World. Of the accessories from PvE, this is the most expensive by far. If you just want the utility of a legendary, let's see, and don't care about the graphic, I recommend working on Aurora and or Vision legendary accessories instead. However, if you really like how this one looks and this is your goal, then let's jump right into it. Okay, there we go. There's me ripping off the band-aid for anybody who's considering this. That's going to cost me some views, but it's the honest truth. Oh, I should have blown on that first. Holy crap. Let me just burn my throat. That'll help with everything else going on. Let's see. Don't burn yourself, careful. Too late. Crafting requirements and early time gates. This is a list of things you will need that could take a considerable amount of time that you may want to start on first. I will go over all of these in detail soon. 77 Mystic Clovers. Alright, I'm just going to change the order of this. 500 Shadowstone Fragments. 2,500 Mithril Ingots. Let's see, 2,500 Mithril Ingots, 2,500 Elderwood Planks, 2,500 Cured Thick Leather Squares, and 2,500 Bolts of Silk. 7.3 million Karma. 2,000 globs of Ectoplasm. 200 gold. 52,500 research stones. It seems so silly, like just reading it after the fact. Completion of the... Oh yeah, hold on. Story step, so it is written. Which chapter was that? Visions of Eternity, Chapter 13. Completion of the following 3 achievements. Eternity's Garden Mastery, Forge Guard's Armor Collection, and Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector. Okay, alright, that's it for the stuff that I think is super time-gated. Just get Living World Season 3 and 4, get Aurora and Vision. Yep. And that's what I recommended to people. But I'm still going to make a guide on it, because before yesterday, I was able to say I had a guide on every legendary in the game. I don't want to add an asterisk to that. Soup? No. It is disgusting chamomile tea. But it lets me talk a little longer. Show me the spoon? What? Show you the spoon? It's just a spoon. Hey, Mocha Chats. Hi, Crimson. Are you drinking tea with a spoon? It is too hot to drink without burning my mouth right now, so I was getting spoonfuls of it until it cools down enough that I can just drink it. I'm sorry I'm not a professional tea drinker. Alright. Let's see. Is it a teeny spoon? No, it's a normal spoon. It's like a spoon that I would eat cereal with. Lol. Laura, I will time you out for 10 minutes. Chill out. You should know about the spoon since you play yours. Yeah, I know. Ask Laura how many times you should be using that tea bag. I was under the... Dude, I'm a noob at tea. I was under the impression that after you make a cup of tea, you throw the tea bag away. Are you... Should I be reusing it? Or are we making fun of people that reuse it? I don't even understand. Do you like hot apple cider? No, not really. I wish I did. Don't reuse it, it's heresy? Oh, okay, I'm doing the right thing? Laura is thrifty. Oh, okay. I mean, maybe I would be too if I knew you could just reuse it. I thought that like one use would get all the flavor out of it. Why does it look so small? His hands are big. The spoon? Yeah, it's a normal metal spoon. I literally eat cereal with these. A tea bag will come exactly 1 time greater than... Wait, what? That is a weird sentence, Crimson. His hands are big. Are my hands big? All right, let's see. Now, hold on. We're gonna do a hand size test. If I put my pinky on the left control, I can put my thumb of my left hand on the minus key, like to the right of the 0. That's my hand size. That's my wingspan, my hand wingspan. Those are Tchaikovsky hands. That's a spider. If I might ask, what is the most easy legendary backpack? There's 4 of them. There's one from PvP, one from World v World, one from Fractals, and there is one from Open World, which is the most expensive, but you can work on it completely solo. Now I have to go home and check. Mine goes at max the letter L. Let's see. If I'm doing that row, I can reach the apostrophe, 2 characters to the right of the L, but it's barely. It's not really practical. Like, I wouldn't do that while gaming. I couldn't do that without looking, but... Okay. Let's see. Is there any masteries you need to make this thing? I don't think so. Like, the map-specific resources you can get from doing events, so you don't have to do the magic mirrors in the new zone. Okay. Don't need Amalgamated Rift Essence. Okay. Alright, do that. Alright. Okay, this is the Yours to Wiki page for Stella Radiance, which has our shopping list. And where's that at? Don't you need Scholar of Secrets Mastery for runestones? Mystic runestones. Requires the Scholar of Secrets Mastery. Oh, right you are. Okay, let's take a look at that. Where was that? Was that Central Tyria? Scholar of Secrets Mastery under Central Tyria Legendary Crafting. You will need the Scholar of Secrets Mastery from Central Tyria Legendary Crafting. Okay. Alright. Let's come back here. Alright. Okay. Let's see. First off, the vial of liquid Shadowstone. This is awarded for completing the story step, So It Is Written, which is chapter 13 of the Visions of Eternity story. Very simple, and one of the 4 major items for our project. Okay. Boom, we're a fourth of the way done. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Next up, Mystic Tribute. This will require making 2 gifts of condensed magic and 2 gifts of condensed might. You know, I used to, on these guides, say 2 gifts of condensed might and magic, and then that resulted in people in the comment section confused because they were looking for an item called condensed gift of might and magic. And so it is because of those people that these days I now separate this and type it long form. All right. Each gift of, let's see, gifts of, these are crafted, right? Yeah. Each, let's see, gift of condensed magic is made by combining a gift of, you know what, hold on, I'm gonna redo this. Next up is a Mystic Tribute. Start by making 2 of each of the following gifts. Blood, venom, totems, dust, fangs, scales, claws, and bones. These can be made by... Does the effect stack for having 2 stellar radiance? I would assume it does, but I have not gotten to test that. This can be made by artificers, by level 400 artificer, huntsman, or weaponsmith, or Lear in Secrets of the Obscure, or Ward Crafter Lucere in Moon Camp Covert. It is cheapest to do it yourself. Lucere will do it for 1 ecto, and Lear will do it for you for 10 ecto. Those, because he has a problem. Also, that's interesting. I don't think they've made a person in Visions of Eternity like these. So in Janthier and in Soto, there's a person that'll make these gifts for you. I don't think there's one in VOE. Could you provide tips on how to amass 52,000 research notes and 7 million karma? I'll try. I'll try. Okay. Each gift is made by simply combining a bunch of different fangs, blood, bones, etc. If you are missing any, I recommend just getting them off the TV. After you have 2 of each of the aforementioned gifts, combine the 2 gifts of totems, dust. Actually, hold on. Let me do it in the right order. Blood, venom, totems, and dust to make 2 gifts of condensed magic. Then combine the 2 gifts of fangs, scales, claws, and bones to make 2 gifts of condensed might. Alright. Next up, we need 77 mystic clovers. Oh, hang on. Hold on a second. I think I already had a section recorded for that. Let's see. Wait, what? Bro, what is Control F doing right now? Okay. What is the last legendary I made a guide on before Endless Summer? Ancora, probably? Hang on a second. What was that thing called? It was the player one wasn't called Ancora. Just a second. Etheric Anchor? That was it. It was Etheric Anchor. Where? Ah, there you are. Wait, wrote this one last November. Okay. This is it. Okay. Copy this. So I've already recorded this. These can be obtained from the Wizard Vault, Fractals, Raid, Strikes, PvP, World v World, Crafting, etc. Start saving, let's see. Etc. Video footage in Etheric Anchor Guide. We had this cool bit of video that would just like jump cut from the Wizard Vault to the Fractals, to the Raids, to the Strikes, to the PvP, to the World v World, etc. Depending on how you want to earn these, it may take you a while, which is why I mentioned it earlier in the time gates section. 250 mystic coins. Alright, so Wizard's Vault has these. What else? Fractal Merchant, World v World Merchant, PvP Merchant. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Leyline Anomaly, yeah. TP. Hold on, I'm gonna double check, make sure my old knowledge is still... Let's see, so I can get clovers there. I don't think I can get coins from this merchant, can I? So I don't think Fractal Merchant has coins.
Mukluk dancing.
Hang on, double check. Hey, Game Warden, thank you. Appreciate you. All right.
Spirits of the wild welcome you.
Oh, there. Okay. So you can get Mystic Coins from raid merchants. From Leyline Anomaly.
Oh, traveler.
Alright, hang on a second. Noxxi, here's Mystic Coin on the raid merchant. Alright. Boba, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Alright, and then we got the Wizard's Vault.
Spirits the wild.
Alright, so there's... Marker. There's Mystic Coins on the Wizard's Vault. Okay. And then... Leyline Anomaly. What else? What are some other good ways to get Mystic Coins, chat? A trading post. These can be earned from raid merchants, Leyline Anomaly World Boss, trading posts, Wizard's Vault,
Good hunting.
fractal loot boxes, and many other methods. Did I include the 250 Mystic Coins in the time gate? I don't think I did. Probably should. 250 Mystic Coins. All right. Okay. Muck, what armor do you have on your character? If you do !build in the chat, there is a link to my Guild Wars 2 efficiency, and you can inspect my characters. Alright. Once you have acquired everything so far, combine the 2 gifts of condensed magic, the 2 gifts of condensed might, the 77 clovers, and the 250 coins into the Mystic Forge to make a Mystic Tribute. Okay. Hey, for drops, how do we connect our account? Do exclamation drops in the chat and read the instructions. Oh, that's the stuff. Okay. Next up is Gift of Research. Did I... I'm trying to remember if I had to do a Gift of Research for Etheric Anchor. Yes. Copy. Boom. Purchased with 250 thermocatalytic reagents sold by trade merchants, 500 hydrocatalytic reagents sold by the same merchants but for research notes instead of money, and 250 exotic luck. I have a video I will link in the description showing a way of getting research notes fast if you need it. Alright, so down here. So, wiki page for Stellar Radiance, video for research notes. Alright, these are just notes of things for the end. Okay. For the exotic lucks, you can salvage anything, including ectos if you're in a rush, and save the luck you get. A level 1 artificer character can merge piles of luck all the way up until the exotic rarity, so just merge it all together till you get enough. Once you get all the reagents in the luck, combine them in the Mystic Forge to make your gift of research. Alright. How in the heck are us casual players supposed to get these legendaries? It's wildly out of reach. A little bit each day. First of all, there are legendaries that are free, okay? Like, let's say you want a legendary accessory. This is a legendary accessory. I recommend you work on Aurora or Vision, which are like 1/100th of the cost of this one. So if your complaint is how do I get legendaries, you just get a different one. But if you just want, like this one has a glowing halo above your head. If you want the halo, then you have to do this stuff. Cheapest of the Fractal Quick Play gloves. That is correct. The gloves, Acacia, from the legendary Fractal gloves, those are free. You just do some fractals, and he just gives it to you. The second easiest, in my opinion, is Season of the Dragons. It's basically just doing replaying a whole bunch of story content, and you get it as an achievement reward. So those two, you get richer while you're working on them. Every other legendary in the game, you're spending resources. All right. Preserved Eidolon Hide. This is a achievement reward for Eternity's Garden Mastery. All right. Let's see. So we need to do tier 4. So we need to do all of it. 36. Is that 43? I think there's 43 there, and you have to do 36 of them. Okay. For this achievement, you will need to do 36 of the achievements on this list to get the hide we need. Note, there is more than 36 here. So if there are some you really do not want to do, skip them and do others. All right. I haven't been able to finish Season of the Dragons for over a year now because no one wants to do Thunderhead Peaks meta. I did it yesterday. Yesterday when we were waiting on the patch to hit, I looked at what metas were active and Thunderhead Peaks was up, and I just went there and there was already a huge mass of people doing it. Okay. Let's see, what's next? Gift of Eternity's Garden Exploration. I'm pretty sure this is just map comp. Yes, I have that. Alright. Alright. This one is fairly simple. Just get map completion in Eternity's Garden for this item. Gift of Regrowth. For this one, you need to complete the Forge Guard's Armor Collection. Okay. This one was a little annoying. Okay. You will need to get 6 tokens for armor pieces and turn them in to the NPCs. The NPC in Eternity's Garden with some, I think, karma to get the items. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go double check. Double check.
Commander, good, you're here. Isgarn and I are coordinating alliance teams from this camp. I could use your help. Speak to alliance members around camp and see what they need.
Who was it? Was it the other hard vendor? Wait, there was another guy. Where is it? It's over here. This one. Okay. Alliance Field Quartermaster. Turn them into the Alliance Field quartermaster in Attorney's Garden. Okay, hang on. In Eternity's Garden. They are right by the, which waypoint? Pilgrim's Rest waypoint, with a purple sword on their head. Okay. Move this for a second. Actually. Alright. You will also need roughly 300,000 karma in addition to the token to get the armor pieces. You may note that there is a second way to purchase the armor pieces involving gold. I don't recommend it. It is incredibly expensive. Are the Twitch drops good? Depends on you. They're cosmetic fun things, so take a look at them, see if it's something you care about. Let's see. Let's talk about where to get each token. Alright. The Helm token is a reward for completing the So It Is Written story chapter. The Shoulders token is from Obscured Chests and Magic Mirrors in Eternity's Garden. The Chest Piece token is from the Eternity's Garden Mastery Achievement, which you already had to do for a previous step. Yeah, so it's right there, and it's before the hide. So if they're following the guide in order, they would already have this. Okay. The Gloves token is acquired from doing any events in Eternity's Garden. I did the meta one time and ended up with 4 of these. I may have just gotten lucky, but they seem common. Okay. The Leggings token is from earning a silver medal or better in this zone's adventures. Finally, the Boots token is earned from completing jumping puzzles in this zone. Okay. All right, and Forge Guard. Once you finally have all 6 pieces, typo, 6 pieces of Forge Guard's armor and complete the achievement, you are rewarded with a Gift of Regrowth. Alright. Okay. Next up, take the Gift of Research, the Preserved Eidolon Hide, the Gift of Eternity's Garden Exploration, and the Gift of Regrowth. Throw them into the Mystic Forge to get a Gift of Guldra. Did it say that on the item somewhere? I want to confirm. It doesn't. How did they, I mean, did they data mine that? How did they even figure that out? Because, like, it doesn't say on there what to do with it. It doesn't say it on that either. Maybe data mine. I don't know. Okay. Next up, we need a Shadow Stone Orb. I think I'm right by the merchant that sells this. Is it you?
Commander, good, you're here. Isgarn and I are coordinating alliance teams from this camp. I could use your help. Speak to alliance members around camp and see what they need.
What? I swear one of these two sold it. Bro, I saw it do the heart yesterday. I did the heart yesterday. I wonder if it's the other heart merchant? Okay. Let's go over the other one.
Inquest won't be sneaking into the forge now. It's a relief that this area is safe with us.
Hello, Artificer. Can you provide assistance? Administrative expertise and perpendicular dexterity are required.
What the heck? I know I saw this on a merchant yesterday. Where did I see it? Do I have to do the heart again? And I don't know which heart it is either. Do I have any of those tokens? I got 3 of them.
Get this back to base soon. So bring me anything you've got.
What are you looking for? I'm looking for which merchant sells the Shadowstone Orb. What is the cosmetic armor piece you're wearing? Once again, if you do exclamation build in the chat, there's a link, and you can click that link and you can inspect my character, and you can look at all the things I'm wearing, and you can go nuts. Here, I'll type it for you. It's the one for my ranger. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I gotta do like 25% of this. Okay. Chat, give me just a second. Let me do a bathroom break. I gotta go. Okie dokie. Let's see. Alright. So let me finish this heart. I was able to do 3/4 of it with some tokens I had from yesterday. Finish this and then check the merchant. I want to get first-hand footage of it.
I'm not a fan of directive locks or...
I only have one more question. The forge. seeking to accomplish there? How worried should we be?
Oh, great! I definitely didn't forget I sent you out with someone.
Hi. Hey, Animal. Didn't look like the rascal coat to me, which is why I asked again. It is the rascal coat.
Commander, good, you're here.
It is the rascal coat.
Coordinating alliance teams from this camp. I could use your help.
Let's see.
A fine job. You don't need me looking over your shoulder anymore.
Alright, there we go. So, there's a heart done.
Real progress today.
There's that. Huh. Rewarded me with ether-rich sap. That's odd, considering the zone we're in. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, so... Alright, this is sold by the heart vendor in... by Pilgrim's Rest Waypoint after you have completed the heart for that day. It will cost you 500 shadow stone fragments. These can be earned by doing events in Eternity's Garden. Or by trading in ether-rich sap. Oh wait, no, sorry, chromatic sap. Trading in chromatic sap from... by trading chromatic sap, if you had any excess you wish to use. Yeah, so like I have 1,200 chromatic sap. So I could get 127 Shadowstone fragments right now. Which is, out of 500. But it's an option. Okay. I don't recommend buying any fragments until after you finish the achievements you are doing in this zone for Eternity's Garden Mastery, as you will earn a lot while doing that. Okay. Okay. Shadowstone Containment Frame. Isn't this sold on the other heart? Alright, real quick, hang on. Noxxi, here's the Shadowstone Orb. You're gonna need this later. We know the frame is not a Mystic Forge recipe because it's too many items. It wouldn't work. Alright. Love the guides. Been making my first few legendary items through guides, which have been a godsend. 2 out of 6 legendary armor pieces. Nice! Congratulations. Those are big projects. I had to swap builds twice because the pet bugged out. Okay, what is this? Need a hammer.
Wayfinder, the ruins are crumbling. Could compromise our ability to gather information. Can you help?
Yes, let me hit the breaking thing with a hammer. That will help. Wow, that is a small amount of progress. Finished my heavy armor yesterday, finally moving on to Orax next. Oh boy. Hey Mux, what are we up to today? Hey Shifty. Working on next guide. Trying to scrape together all the information and the footage we're gonna need. Skimmer weld. You hit it with jet. Interesting that we were welding with a water gun. It's not even hot water, because we use it to heal people. What is this event? I haven't done this.
Artificer, your help is needed. The terminals within the refining and routing chamber require repair.
Is that GLaDOS? What? What am I controlling? Oh, this guy. How? Oh, there we go.
Repair complete, Artificer.
Bro, get out of the corner. Don't run over me! Okay. Oh no. No! Wait. Oh, did I get hit? Oh no, I didn't get hit. Okay, I'm amazing. What? What are you doing? Go! Okay, fine. Fuck it. We're going this way. This is really intense music for what I'm doing. Wait, what? The steward is done fixing terminals today. No, I wasn't done. Oh, it says there's a boss right above my head. Wait, did it just die? Oh, I think it just died. Okay, there's another one over here. Can I, without owning Soto, craft the legendary relic? Oh god, that's not fresh in my head. I don't know. I would have to go reread the wiki to answer that question. Does anybody else know?
Additional security is needed. Change your location. I'm being forced into a defensive mode. Prepare yourself. I have summoned additional security measures. I apologize. Additional security is needed. Changing location. I am being forced into a defensive mode. Prepare yourself. My destruction is imminent. Thank you, Artificer.
I always feel bad about that one. My destruction is imminent, thank you. Alright. Back to the heart person.
Your phalangeal adroitness and managerial acumen are appreciated.
There it is.
Please, accept our
Okay.
gratitude.
Alright, Shadow Stone Containment Frame.
Gratitude.
This is sold by the other heart vendor in Eternity's garden. At the forge near center of map. You will have to do the heart the day you wish to purchase this item. It is sold for a cheap 2,500 mithril ingots, 2,500 elderwood planks, 2,500 cured thick leather squares, and 2,500 bolts of silk. These items can be purchased on the TP or harvested yourself and processed using most trade skills. Okay. Alright.
Mukluk.
Next up is the Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector. Okay. Who's that? Harkeld. Thank you so much, Harkeld. Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector. Alright. So to do this... There it is. So at either heart vendor, you need the old chromatic thing, So, like, I have... Where is it? So you get chromatic resin boxes. So, like, if I get a chromatic axe, for example, then at this guy... Alright. Next up is the glimmering chromatic resin. Oh, I didn't even think about this. You're going to need 6 shadowstone. Oh my god, the research notes. Oh god. Okay, is there an easier way? Is this the only way? So you need the chromatic weapon, and then 6 shadowstone, 12 ectos, and 300 research notes for each of these? There's these recipes. Alright, hold on. If I buy the recipe... Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna buy the glimmering resin recipe here. Right, hang on a sec. Before I leave this guy... Oh, actually, I don't have to. Hang on. Alright, this character is what? Weaponsmith. Okay, so... It's 1 less shadowstone. It's 2 less ectos. It's 50 less research notes. But then you need a thingy. Like a Orichalcum Greatsword Blade. Alright. Mother mucker. Alright. Hang on. Alright, so... What is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17... Calculator. Alright, 17 times 300. So that's another 5,100 research notes. For this part, you will need 17 chromatic resin weapons. How did I get these boxes? I don't remember how I got these. Events or something? Ether location. Boxes in Castora. So just all over Castora. Alright. Weapon. So see, 17 chromatic resin boxes to get the full chromatic resin set. These are obtained from events and ether locations all over Castora and can be bought on the trading post. Once you have the full weapon collection, go to one of the heart vendors in Eternity's garden. I forgot the second word. You have 2 choices. Spend, let's see, buy the recipes to craft the glimmering weapons yourself if you have the trade skills, which will save you roughly 50 research notes and 2 ectos per item. Or simply skip the trade skill and buy the glimmering items from the merchant for a slightly increased cost. Okay, Noxxi, on this topic, you are going to need footage, which I am getting you right now. So if I go to crafting and glimmering, so here's the Berserker's Glimmering Resin Greatsword, crafting versus merchant. So 2 ectos, 50 research notes. You need that thing, but then, and then 6 fragments, but it's 5 fragments if you buy the recipe. Can we talk to Noxxi too? Yes, everyone say hi, Noxxi. Okay. And it's fun too, because Noxxi will see this in like a week, so it's like you're talking to future Noxxi. Alright. So that's all that. And after you eventually get every glimmering weapon checked off for the achievement, Also, I'm assuming these glimmering weapons are not tradable. Count bound on acquire. Okay. You will get the gift of restoration. I got my chip mini pet. Future Noxxi beam the winning lottery numbers. All right. All right. Next up, we need 200 Mystic Runestones. These require the earlier mentioned Scholar of Secrets Mastery. From Central Tyria Legendary Crafting to purchase. Trying to remember to buy these. Oh, these are sold from the Mystic Forge merchants. These can be purchased from Mystic. Let's see, from the vendors next to any Mystic Forge. I think nearly any. Next to nearly any Mystic Forge. There's those World v World ones. I think those are an exception. What are these things? Icy Runestone. Oh, okay. This will cost you 200 gold for the 200 runestones, which is unavoidable. Gonna chill here for drops. Welcome. Next up, we need 2,000 globs of ectoplasm. Oh boy! These are obtained primarily from salvaging max level equipment or off of the trading post. You may already have a number of these in your material storage, but and you can earn them for free by simply salvaging loot during gameplay over a long period of time, or spend coin to speed this process up. 50,000 more research notes. Oh man. I already mentioned earlier a way to get research notes. This is simply that tedious affair many more times. Also, I'm trying to remember, where do you get the Seer Runestones? Are they on a merchant? Do you have them? Okay, this guy has Seer Runestones. So, Noxxi, here's Seer Runestones at one merchant. I'm now going to go to the other one to see if the other one sells it too.
Commander, good, you're here. Isgarn and I are coordinating alliance teams for
Yes.
this camp.
Okay.
I could use your help. Speak to alliance members around camp and see what they need.
Alright, way to get research on stuff like that tedious affair many more times. Alright. And lastly, 7. Just be funny with this one. Last one, let's see. The last item is pretty easy. Just a chill 7 million karma. If you are still in need of more karma, you can earn it through almost any events in the game. One popular recommendation is the Karma farm in Dragonfall. The merchants there sell a boost, sell a one-time purchased account boost that will increase karma gained in that zone. Then just do events. Alright, so there's 1,000 ways to earn karma. This is one of them. There are 1,000 ways in the game to farm karma. This is one of the solid ones, but you can use other methods if you prefer. Okay. Next year, when you finally get the Shadowstone Orb, the Shadowstone Containment Frame, the Gift of Restoration, and... Oh, wait, I skipped a step. Once you have the 200 Mystic Runestones, the 2,000 globs of Ectoplasm, the 50,000 Research Notes, and the 7 million Karma, go to one of the Heart vendors in Eternity's Garden and purchase 200 Seer Runestones. Next year, when you finally get the Shadowstone Orb, the Shadowstone Containment Frame, the Gift of Restoration, and the 200 Seer Runestones, take them to one of the Heart vendors in Eternity's Garden to purchase... Wait, no. Hold on, I'm getting mixed up. And 200 Seer Runestones. Throw them in the Mystic Forge to make a Gift of Shadowstones. Finally, take the Mystic Tribute, Gift of Guldra, Gift of Shadowstones, and Vial of Liquid Shadowstone, and throw them into the Mystic Forge to craft Stellar Radiance. And then we play this sound. There we go. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Refresh page there. Oh, yeah, there we go. I just refreshed the page. A few more things just popped in. The wiki people doing work. All right. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I have Alta Magic on my tools I don't want to spend on glyphs. I'm slowly dying. Will work on Shipwreck Mastery for Endless Summer right now. Do it. The Wiki Goblins working hard. Yeah, they're running on their little wheels. Okay. So, then, where's the outro from my previous video? Let me take a look at it and see if it works here. Alright. Congratulations. A reminder, I have links to all the steps in the description below. Use them if you need more details. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions, or if you know any tricks and tips that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube who keep the channel alive. If you're interested in becoming one and getting more videos and perks, there's a link to that in the description. Shilling Complete, thanks for listening, and happy crafting. Okay. Alright. Alright. And then for the footage, because I'm not going to make this thing, for the footage of the Halo itself, what I can do is use their video from their main channel, or the sneak peek video that they had me make leading up to the release of this content patch. Guild Wars.
I got priority already.
Oh my god.
I might flash on him instantly. Ignite Q.
YouTube, please.
I got priority already.
YouTube, please.
I might...
Let's count more.
Jesus Christ. Guild Wars 2. I don't watch shorts much, chat. I'm a supplier, not a consumer. Alright, where is it? Alright, there we go. This guy. This is the thing. This is the thing. Yes, they're going to Ignite? Was that Timu Mugla? Dude, I don't know who that was. Alright. So, that. We can use footage from that, or we can use footage from their video. Yes. Okay. Should go back and watch that D&D short later. Those guys, what was it? Something of Atlantis or something? I've watched a ton of their stuff, so that, I'm not surprised it suggested me that. The League thing, I don't watch League content much. I don't know why that one popped up. Let's see. Okay. This is why I hate shorts. Because it bugs out. Alright, I think we've got everything. So at this point, we have a script. And it is, what, like 4 pages? Like 3.5 pages. It's like 3.5 pages. And then we just need to get the visual. We've gotten a lot of the visuals for Noxxi already. And we need to get more. League content popping off right now because there's a content creator tournament. That's how it works. It's kind of like when OnlyFans happened and WoW Classic started popping off. Ugh. If you want to do the quick way to get notes, it's 1k gemstones. What's the quick way? I know you can craft almost anything and turn it into research notes. Avantris. Ah, Avantris. That's right. Not Atlantis. Mithril ring. Peer review recipe. Mmm. Okay. Yeah, that is a long process for sure. Let's see. How much did the mirrors get nerfed? I don't know that the mirrors got nerfed. I know there's a new mastery that buffs magic find with mirrors, so that might get you more stuff, but I don't have the new masteries yet. Don't have the new one yet. Let's see. Okay. So next up, we're going to need to run around and get footage for the stuff that Noxxi's going to need. We can close that out. All right. Let me go. My voice is starting to close up again. Let me go heat up some more tea just to combat that. I'll be back in a couple minutes, John. I found a workaround that allows me to work with this throat injury, but I am looking forward to being recovered and not having to get up and make hot beverages and use the bathroom 10 times per stream. Invisible Muck. I'm here. Let's see. They did a bit. Let's give. I think they're giving warranty points on average. Welcome back. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So, at this point, what I need to do is record all of, like, really quickly these things. So, future Noxxi, going to quickly go through a bunch of recipes here so that you have video footage of them. Condensed Might and Condensed Magic, you might be able to get footage of that from in the past when we did other legendary guides. But I'll quickly go to a trade skill thing and show the subcomponents. Let's see. Huntsman. Gift. Okay, so in this video we mention Gift of Fangs, Scales, Claws, Bones, Blood, Venom, Totems, Dust. Okay. And let's see, I also mention that you can get them made by the lady in Janthier. So I need to show that. Muck, are you heating water up in the microwave or using a pot electric water heater? It's what is the word for it? It's like a glass pitcher, and it's got like this thing under it, and I just hit a button on the thing, and it heats up the water in the pitcher, and it comes to a boil really fast, and then I use it. It's a thing my wife bought. So I don't know if kettle is the right word for it, but it does the job. Electric kettle? Sure. Not the American way? Oh, I've microwaved a water in the past. But not right now. Alright, Noxxi, so Lowland Shore, and Astral Moon Camp, and Luceray, and and here's all of this stuff. And then, you know what, hold on, that might not have been, I might have done that too fast. Hang on. So there's that. Okay. And then for Soto, good night, Muck. Good night, James. No shame with microwaving water. Europeans like to shame Americans for microwaving water. I don't really get it. Like, either way, the water comes to a boil. But now that we've got this electric kettle thing on our counter, that's just faster. Okay, so Wizard Tower, Lear, and there's his prices. Okay. Muck, are you streaming this evening? Yeah, I'm streaming this evening. I really taxed my vocals yesterday, so I need a midday break today. Believe me, the drops are great for business. This is 10 times my normal audience size. Like, there is a part of me that would like to just stream until I drop, but the last time I did that, I permanently damaged myself. So I think I should not. I'm resisting the urge. But as a creator, I want to. Okay. Mystic Clovers was the next thing, Noxxi. So we've already got footage from Mystic Clovers from the last time we did a video on that involved those and coins. But just real quick, I showed some earlier. I think I showed this earlier, but there's Mystic Clovers from the Wizard's Vault, and there's Mystic Coins from the Wizard's Vault, but I think you might have better footage from the last time we did a legendary. Let's see. Okay, Gift of Research we have done in previous videos. preserved Eidolon hide from Eternity's Garden Mastery. Eternity's Garden Mastery. So here's Eternity's Garden, and here's all these, but you don't have to do all of them. And then right there is the preserved Eidolon hide. Gift of Eternity's Garden Exploration. There is a marker from yesterday's stream where I earned that. Forge Guard. Okay. Here's the Forge Guard collection, and it gives the Gift of Regrowth. And then you buy the Forge Guard stuff from the merchants. And I will show that again, as well as the token stuff. Chip cam triples your viewership. Yeah, I actually did see him this morning. There's some mornings I start the stream and I haven't even seen him yet that day. But he wanted a bunch of pets this morning. So he got some love today already.
Commander, good, you're here. Isgarn and I are coordinating alliance teams from this camp. I could use your help.
Not you.
Speak to alliance members around camp and see what they need.
Okay, here's the Forge Guard stuff, Nox. And yeah, the helmet comes from doing the story. The shoulders comes from obscured chests and magic mirrors. The cuirass comes from... what was this one? The Eternity's Garden Mastery, which I showed a minute ago. Which is here. It's before the Eidolon hide. The gloves from doing events. I got a bunch of them yesterday doing the meta. The leggings from silver or better in the local adventures. And the boots from the jumping puzzle. I don't even know where the jumping puzzles are in here. So like, there's an adventure there. It's like, there's an adventure. Yeah, I mean, I think I can just say that. I don't think I have to actually show that. Okay. Shadowstone Orb, Shadowstone Fragments. I got footage of that earlier. Containment Frame, we got footage of that earlier. Gift of Restoration from the Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector. So... Glimmering Resin Weapon Collector. To do that, misclick, hang on. First you need these guys, chromatic resin boxes. In them you get the different things, like the mace, which we just got. And then from there, you can go to, I think, do they sell it here, or do I have to go back to that guy in the middle of the map? Oh, here. Go to the Heart Vendors. Here's the Glimmering Resin Weapons, or you can just buy the recipes. And you got to get all of those. And once you get all of those, you get the Gift of Restoration. So there's that. And the Seer Runestones, I already showed on... Oh, it's also here too. Seer Runestones are here. We need Mystic Runestones, Ectos, Research Notes, and Karma. Mystic Runestones. Let's go to the Lion's Arch. Mystic Forge. That's probably the most recognizable one in the game. How does the tea help you talk? How can I explain how I feel? Okay, so I'm sure all of you have at some point experienced having like a lump in your throat. Or like you swallow some food and it doesn't quite go all the way down and you have to swallow it again. The situation I'm having is, I don't know if it's something swelling, but it kind of feels like, first like I feel fine, then I feel like there's a small lump in my throat, then a big lump, then a larger lump, and it gets to the point where it's just painful to talk. And the pain, if I keep talking, the pain just gets worse and worse and worse. If I take a break, the pain doesn't really get better immediately, but it just kind of flatlines there. It's like if the pain's going up and then I stop talking, it just stays there. When I drink something hot, I don't know if it's like putting a hot compress on the swelling, but it's like it like makes it go back down. So it's like if the pain's going up and then I drink something hot, it goes down, and then like it goes up again, then I drink something hot, it goes down. Sounds like a hernia. I did a barium swallow test. I think you should talk to the doc. Oh, I'm on like I've talked to many doctors. They had me do a barium swallow test to check for many things, which included a hernia, and they said that there wasn't any. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, a barium swallow test is like, you know how you get into an x-ray and they can see your bones? They have you drink barium, which shows up on an x-ray. So if you're in the x-ray machine chugging this stuff, they can map out all your tubes, you know, that are involved in like your esophagus and stuff like that. And they specifically said, there's no hernias. They said you do have significant reflux on about a third of your esophagus, but you don't have any hernias. I'm like, okay, well, great. Muck is radioactive. Yeah. I drank the radioactive milkshake.
Is everyone having
yeah, actually, my next doc appointment is a video call tomorrow morning, and I'll give him an update on this. But yeah, I have been seeing doctors repeatedly for the last 4 months. They warned you about GERD? Yes, they did. In fact, doc number 1 thought I had GERD or reflux. Doc number 3 thinks doc number 1 is stupid, and he thinks it's a muscle issue with my cricothyroid muscle in my neck. Put a neck massager on your neck. Why did you put neck massager in quotes? Yeah, it's like it's short-term relief. Otherwise, I wouldn't be drinking the gross leaf juice, chat. Blah. Blah. I just got diagnosed with a small hiatal hernia, now on a daily med for it. That's the thing that they told me specifically that I don't have, but we'll see. What does your spiritual advisor say? Buy low, sell high. Okay. Sorry, Noxxi, I got distracted answering questions about my neck. All right, so here's Mione, and where's those 1 gold stones? So we need 200 Mystic Runestones, and here are the Mystic Runestones in Lion's Arch. Okay, there's that. Let's see, Ectos, Research Notes, Karma. All right. I talked about Dragonfall. I don't remember if I've already bought this or not, so I don't know if it's going to show up on the vendor, but I'm going to go to Dragonfall and see if I can find that thing that you buy that increases how much karma you gain. Have they looked at the actual vocal cords themselves? Yes. They did a video stroboscopy. Video stroboscopy? Which, like, a laryngoscopy is they stick a camera down your throat, and they just stick the camera down like this far, and they just look down your throat. Video stroboscopy is they were like, "Wah!" And they said, dude, I could feel the end of the camera right here. And let me tell you, that was incredibly uncomfortable. Because it's like, hang on a second. Because it's like curved, right? So they're like, and they're like looking around. And I could feel it like almost by my collarbone. It was incredibly uncomfortable. But yeah, they took a peek. Let's see. Nope, that's not it.
Commander, we've got a plan. First, we need to get rid of
So you deep-throated a camera? Yeah, but it also went in up my nose. I don't know why, but they stick it up your nose and then down your throat. So I snorted a camera and then deep-throated the camera. Like I said, incredibly uncomfortable. Permanently gain bonus karma while killing foes in Dragonfall, stacks up to 3 times. There we go. Cool. I'm actually glad I haven't bought this because I can show this to Noxxi. Sorry, so Noxxi, here is the Karmic Retribution that I mentioned in Dragonfall, and here is the merchant that it is on. Ain't that something? Were you awake for it? Yeah. Yeah, I was. When they did the laryngoscopy, they did like a sinus spray, like, you know, like a and then it like numbed my nose and I didn't even feel it and it was fine. But the video stroboscopy, like the one that went farther down, he's like, do you want the spray or the gel? And I'm like, whatever you think works best. And he's like, all right, we'll do the gel. And I didn't really know what I was getting into. I regret it. Say spray if you ever get this. Say spray. But the gel, he basically took the long camera and he had like a gloved hand, and he got gel on his hand, like numbing gel, and he just kind of went warrant and just like lubed the camera and then shoved it up my nose. So it's like the anesthetic was getting applied as he was shoving the cord down my throat. I'm like, ah! It was not great, let me tell you. Like, the spray had a minute to kick in before they did the cord. The gel, it was just like, buckle up. So, definitely say spray if you're ever in that situation, chat. Yeah, he was speed running. That's right. All right, so that was the Dragonfall thing. That was for Karma. And already did the Liquid Shadow Stone. Okay. All right, so the last thing I need to do is then read all this for Noxxi, which I can do off stream. Okay, cool. All right, that's it for now, Nox. Thank you. All right. Why am I imagining like someone uses a plunger? Maybe. They took a peek at your insides? Oh, multiple times. I had 2 laryngoscopies, 1 video stroboscopy, and the barium swallow thing. They saw all my insides. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now we can chill. How many tea you made? Second one today. I had a bunch yesterday. Dude, I was going to the restroom so much yesterday. I was going to drink so much tea. Did you talk about muscle relaxers? No. No, we haven't. But again, I have an appointment with the doc tomorrow morning, so I'm going to catch him up on everything. Why read it later when you can do it now and get money for it? Because I don't think I've got the voice for it right now. I'd rather let my voice recover for a little bit and then do it off stream. Let's see. Was it confirmed the 15% damage reduction on one of the new relic stacks with preliminary blessing? I have not heard that confirmed anywhere, no. Other than seeing the tooltip for the item, I have not heard them talk about that at all. So no. It would require testing by a luminary. We could read it for you. Each person gets a sentence. Yo! Thank you, Darth Maul. Darth Maul with 10 gifted subs. 10 more people not seeing ads. Also, Primal Stormmuck. Man after my own heart. Thank you for the Prime as well. Appreciate you. Elias, thank you. Thank you, thank you. For someone who likes running open world solo and soloing bosses and bounties, which spec would you recommend? There is a YouTuber named Lord Heisen. I'm going to type his name in the chat so you know how to spell it. He treats this game like it's single player, and he solos open world bosses and raid bosses. If you want the best open world builds, I would take a look at his channel. Do recommend. Someone redeemed the hat. Solo Greer, apparently? Yes. I mean, the thing with any raid boss is if you can out-heal their damage, you can eventually kill them unless they have an enrage timer. And they removed Greer's enrage timer. And Amalgam is pretty busted. "50 minutes of Stomps and Boon Corruption." Yup. Just tuning in today, nice hat. Thank you. It was a gift from a viewer. I think the tag that was on it said that it was originally a Gandalf costume hat. Did you like the new story content? No spoilers, please. Yeah. I think it was good out of 10. I don't think it was exceptional. I don't think it was bad. I think it was good out of 10. Muck, do you do World v World? I haven't in a long time. I used to. Like, hold on. Like, I'm level 416 out of 10,000 in World v World. So I've done quite a bit in the past, but I haven't anytime recently. I don't know anyone who would have the ball to solo grow.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to see a doctor.
I have seen many doctors. They all suck. They just take my money and they don't fix me.
We have protected Tarir for over a century.
Mukluk, it is oh hi. They won't fix you or no money. Maybe. Doc number 3 actually kind of low-key insulted Docs 1 and 2. He's like, they just said you had reflux and sent you out, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, that's what docs do when they don't know what the problem is. He's like, they say you have reflux, they tell you to take
An anonymous
pantoprazole
user
and then send you
gifted a
out the
tier
door.
1 sub to see a god doctor 494.
But yeah, he basically just said they suck. Oh god, he moved the trigger blossom onto me. Spirit of Nature, res those two. Third Doctor hasn't helped yet either. It's true. The Third Doctor has given me a whole bunch of exercises and stuff to do. Well, you know what? Hold on. Fairness where it's due. Like, I still have daily pain. The worst day after meeting him was not as bad as the worst day before I met him. Now, that could just be chance. Or it could be that the exercises and stuff are working. I don't know. Maybe it's just taking forever to fix. But, again, I'm seeing him tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna tell him, I'm like, yeah, I'm still in pain every day. Here's what I'm trying, here's what I'm doing, here's what's happening. Hey.
There's more where that came from.
Need to find a Rip Doctor. If you mean one of the ones from Cyberpunk that just like rip out the messed up component and put in a new one, I would take it. I feel like I might sound like I was auto-tuned after that though. Has your life improved since you started drinking Coke again? Mentally, yes. Easy. How was that obelisk push forward? Abilities that knock back and abilities that pull. Warclaw 3, for example, shoots a chain and pulls, so everybody was pulling it. I have your stream on. Oh no! I'm just eating lunch! Don't look at me! What's up, General Apple? We, I didn't do a full react to it, but someone earlier linked one of your recent videos and was like, Mug, you should look at this. And I skimmed it a bit. So if you're interested in that, I will say, I disagreed with a lot of it, but I did that earlier during the stream. I made a response live on stream. Already? Oh, hang on. That was fast. Now you need to. So now I need to watch him, watch me, watch him, chat. It'll be like the old content centipede with Rose. Don't let them put you on opiates, Muck. Oh, wait, what? Where did that come from? I'm not on anything. Like, Doctor 1 and 2 put me on some stuff. They tried 2 rounds of antibiotics and 2 rounds of steroids. Both did nothing. And Doc 3 is like, oh, no, dude, you need physical therapy, not drugs. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm doing that. So no, I am not hooked on opiates. What about Muck on edibles? The doctor has not assigned me edibles. Muck's addicted to caffeine. That's true. That's true. Done with that. Did you put your plate on the floor? No, I put it on a little table behind me. One of the things I tried during the last 4 months of troubleshooting was a humidifier. So I have a humidifier right behind me. It's not on right this second because after using it for over a month, I felt like it wasn't doing anything. But because of that, there's a table behind me. There's a table on the floor? Yes. Yes, there is. Muck on edibles can be really funny. The problem is, we've already discussed, I have an extremely addictive personality. I tried streaming once, and here we are almost 8 years later, and I haven't skipped a day. So anything where it's like, doing this constantly would be bad, I should probably not even try. Alright? So, if doing edibles 24/7 would be bad, I should probably not ever try an edible. Imagine taking a week off. A week? Imagine taking a weekend. Curse Miracle with the Prime. Thank you, Curse. Appreciate you. I wish I could get addicted to exercise. Yo, me too. I've heard of people that go running and then like the endorphins kick in and they're just like, oh, while they're running. Like, not me. Every step is pain and looking at the clock. That's for Instagram photos? Oh, okay. Let's see, hang on. General, I don't know his Twitch. General Apple Twitch. Let's see if he's got the same name on Twitch. He said he reacted to my reaction. Well, that's probably not him. This person has never streamed. Okay, that's not them.
I demand freedom from grunt work for all
Maybe if I go to his YouTube, I can find a link to his Twitch. He streamed on... Oh, he streamed on YouTube? Oh, okay. Wait, what? This Guild Wars 2 creator called me out and proved me right. That better not be about me, because I didn't call anyone else. That better not be about Mukluk. Dude, that's the name of his stream. This Guild Wars 2 creator called me out. I didn't... Dude, that better not be about me. Alright. Hang on. Where does it start?
Yes. Men's grinding. Hey there, Drowsy. Hey there, Zeke. Barbuck.
Alright,
King, and
I'm
Ezekiel,
speeding
of
up.
course. How you guys are doing right now?
Hold on.
Still live, but damn, yes. Men's grinding. Hey there, Drowsy. Hello. Ooh, look, we have Frankenstein. Guys, we're gonna do a little bit of a respawn video. Okay, hopefully you're not mad. We're gonna play Where Winds Meet after. Of course, of course. We're gonna do some Where Winds Meet after, but right now, we got to defend our argument. Okay?
Mug is watching you react to his react, yes.
We're gonna make it right. Some things have been said about us, and we have to respond. It is what it
Bro.
is. Now, guys, let's see.
Again, the speed of this is wild, because yesterday...
Guys, look at me!
Yesterday, he reacted the video on, like I said, in my opinion, one of the 3 worst days of the year to do that video. It's like there's brand new content coming out, and he's like, oh, when I Google Guild Wars 2, no machinimas pop up. Yeah, because when you Google Guild Wars 2 on a day, one of the 3 new patch days of the year, it's going to be all about the new content.
Do you think that Mukluk community will come after me? Do you think that will tell me that...
What? My community will come after you? Dude, you got me mixed up with Nike, the other shoe. Please set it to 1.5. It is on 1.5.
Disgusting person. Take your time with this topic, probably. You know, I actually didn't catch his stream, only like the last couple of minutes. So I'm pretty interested to see like what he said earlier at the beginning. That's gonna be very interesting. It wasn't that much of a long reaction. Fairly decent. I would have tripled the amount just to like make sure.
Yeah, because I wasn't making a reaction video. I was like, someone said look at this, and I was just intending to look at it for a few seconds. So I watched like a minute or 2 of it on 2x speed while chat was like, no, Mug, slow it down. And then I wasn't intending to watch the whole video, and then I ended up doing it. So like, yeah, I didn't do it in a inflate this for YouTube format.
But for certain. Okay, we have many people tuning in. Let's wait like 3 more minutes, and then we're gonna start.
All right, so I gotta skip ahead to like 3 minutes.
Okay. The only people who hate on Where We're Live as we speak, because I really wanted to make a video about this, because this is important.
Apple, if you see this, if you just want to talk, we can talk. Like, I don't think we've ever spoken to each other before directly. Like, you don't have to like instantly go live to react to me like when I talk or anything. Like, we can just have a conversation if you want to.
It shows exactly what I don't like about current Guild Wars 2 content creation sphere. And by the way, I want to preface by saying, no shade to this guy. I watch a lot of his videos. He's such a fantastic content creator.
No shade. Your stream title is that I called you out, which I didn't.
No shade to him or any others that I mention. I know they do it for the grind, and I respect that, but I can't stand by while people actually just kind of clown.
I disagree that I do it for the grind. If I only cared, like my biggest audience is Guild Wars 2. If I only wanted money, I would stream Guild Wars 2 7 days a week. But I stream it 1 day a week.
So I'm going to respond to every single thing.
Except for when there's new releases.
He said here on his stream, and hopefully we can reach a mutual understanding. Now, that being said, I haven't watched 90% of his stream. I was alerted to it only like the last couple of minutes, so I am going to watch 90% of his reaction live with you guys. So if there's anything you want to say, anything you want to bring up, now is the time. But without that out of the way, let us begin. Ooh, a new trailer, first impression, today, patch notes, ooh, should you? I should say real quick, I made a video calling out Guild Wars 2 content creation community for basically making the same content. That is the short version of it. Play Guild Wars 2 in 2026, I played it, my experience.
Bro, what is he? Okay, hold on. All right.
Oh, that's
okay,
loud.
we're starting with a bang here. Okay, so he is immediately complaining about the videos that pop up when he typed in Guild Wars 2 in the search bar.
Yes. That's what people do. They type Guild Wars 2 in the search bar. And you know what's funny? These are the exact videos you would get recommended to your homepage. Because ain't nobody searching for videos anymore. Everything would pop into your feed. And these videos are being pushed by the algorithm.
What?
Just hit level 80. And no shade to any of these guys. It's so boring. It's the same rehashed content.
It is.
Over and over and over again. It's even worse than me using light mode. It sucks.
You like that?
Who is this? General Apple. It's another YouTuber for Guild Wars 2.
I have...
Wait, so he's searching for negative content?
Yes! Yes! I am! You know why? Because in a healthy, balanced ecosystem, you have the good and the bad. There is no such thing as utopia. Guild Wars 2 isn't perfect. And I'm not talking about bugs. I'm not talking about glitches. I'm talking about all the bad...
That right there, I'm so confused. Why do you want to... In a healthy ecosystem, there's good and bad? Dude, that's... I don't even agree with that statement. In a healthy ecosystem, there's good and bad. I don't even agree with that statement. Like, if you think about the community you live in, like, you want people to be good. You don't want people to be bad, so it's balanced. Like, that's not... No, I disagree with the statement, a healthy ecosystem has bad.
Stuff inside of the game that nobody talks about because they're going to be ostracized by the community.
So he's searching for negative... Hold on a sec.
Absolutely.
Like, what?
I am. Now you understand why I'm forced to make a WoW video. Because I want to make a living and it's not going to grab Guild Wars 2. Also kind of like Guild Wars 2. I'm sorry. WoW brain is what it is.
Like, you typed in Guild Wars 2, so it's going to show the most recent stuff.
Most recent stuff. This video from 4 hours ago. Guild Wars 2 failed Holy Trinity experiment. It's not even about the new patch. Why play Guild Wars 2 in 2026 from Larinity 3 months ago?
Yeah, look at the scroll bar. You're scrolled down. Like, yeah, you're not at the top of the page right now.
I've watched that. Great video. Not about the recent patch. I played Guild Wars 2 for X amount of hours. Here's what I think. 3 months ago. Not about the recent patch. What are you talking about? What?
Because you scrolled down!
God's name are you talking about? And if you want to go further, I made this exact same video. I think it was like, what, 2, 3, 4 months ago? Something like that. Same stuff. No new patch in sight. Nothing. No new expansion. Same exact content. What a weird point. I can't believe he even said that when it can be easily...
Oh my god.
...refuted on screen.
And this was recorded. Okay, if my video on the patch notes was live, he recorded this yesterday.
You took the one example. You ignore the rest. You have...
Okay, the point's gone over his head. I was using that to make a time frame for when he recorded this. Not as an example to, like, ignore everything.
You have this right here. You have that right here. Like, what are we on about? Why do you take this single example that is actually making me look wrong when you see that 90% of the stuff...
That example is simply to determine when you recorded this.
Proving me right.
On patch day. So on one of the 3 biggest expansion patches during a yearly cycle, he recorded a video. And then on that day, he typed in Guild Wars 2 in the bar.
Homie, I didn't know it was patch day. I'm a WoW player, okay? I play Guild Wars 2 because I hate WoW and I want to have fun in an MMO again. I didn't know it was patch day. I'm still in Heart of Thorns, for the love of actual God. But still, it doesn't matter. I'm right. You can see it on screen. I'm literally right. You just took the one example that kind of makes me look wrong. And that's not the case. You ignored all the rest.
No. That wasn't making you look wrong. That was determining the time frame of when you recorded this. That's all it was.
It's so disingenuous.
Of course, most of the stuff that pops up is going to be brand new zone, brand new farm, brand new
patch and
stuff like that. Like, that's natural.
First impression, but that's pretty much it. You don't have any video similar to the WoW community, but nothing. It's crazy. No prediction for the future. No, I was about to say no Guild Wars 2 machinimas. You don't have anything.
Dude, I just finished the Craftlock series. You're not looking for it. Yeah, I mean, it's a smaller player base. There's less of them. Also,
it shouldn't be a smaller player base. It should be way larger than it is right now.
I can't fix that. Talking about like machinimas. It's not a full-blown machinima, but I just finished the Craftlock series, which took me months to do because I'm basically like a one-man show with the exception, my editor helps out. But the views just aren't there. Like, it did okay, but it absolutely did not pay for the hundreds of hours that I put into it. So I like at this moment in time,
I tried something and it didn't work. Therefore, there is no market for it. Yeah, true. Real argument. Very real argument. True.
What? Okay, so all right, the Craftlock thing was a recent example. I could give 1 to 2 dozen examples over the last 7 years I've been doing this of machinima style content I've done that I have tried, and it was fun, but it didn't pay for itself as far as the time that went into it. So yes, I will stick with I tried it. Like, he himself called me one of the largest Guild Wars 2 YouTubers. So I feel like if I make something, a lot of Guild Wars 2's eyes go to it, and then they quickly decide if they like it or hate it. So yeah, I have made quite a few videos of that style. He said it in kind of a mocking way, but I actually agree with the statement he just said. Like, yeah, I tried it. It doesn't work. Therefore, it doesn't work. You know? And occasionally, I just get a whole lot of... I get, like, a lot of inspiration to try something else, and even if I know it won't do well, and I try it regardless, even though I know, like, monetarily it'll be a loss. But... yeah, it's absolutely true. That was simply the craft lock thing was the most recent example over the last, like, 7 years. Yeah, I did try stuff, and it didn't work. So, yeah, I dated gained. Come on, Muck, enlarge our community. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would be happy to have a conversation about this stuff. It's kind of like after almost each major... oh, maybe I should do one of those with Laura. After the last 2 major patches, I had, like, a kind of a collab with Laura where we just talked about the patch and what we thought about it. If you wanted to talk about this stuff, like, honestly, it feels... I don't know, like, his original video didn't have the kind of energy he was putting out there just a minute ago, but the energy he was putting out just a minute ago was just like he was, like, itching for a fight or something. But if he just wanted to have, like, a debate or something, I'm happy to do that. But the whole, like, mocking... I don't know, it just sounded like he was just trying to, like, mock everything I said. Community too small, I need to do another 18-hour stream? Yeah, I don't know. He said it should be bigger, but it looks for negative content on the game. You know, purely out of... no, look, I don't think this is like a gotcha thing, but I'm purely curious. If I type World of Warcraft into the YouTube search bar, what do we get? Seasons... okay, we got a tier list. The main channel. Possibility of, like, a new content drop. An ad for a waifu game. The fastest run of Midnight. Mythic Dungeon International 2026. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's right. There is a mixture of stuff here. But I would say this isn't patch day for WoW, so that would be a factor. But yeah, he's right. There is a mixture of stuff there. But I'll also add that there is just a lot more content and a lot more player base in WoW. We discussed this earlier. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up a data chunk that I want. Okay, Guild Wars 2 has 28 raid bosses. If you count all the strike bosses that became raid encounters, you're looking at near 40. World of Warcraft has 970. That is the difference in the amount of endgame content that has happened in one game versus the other. Now, Guild Wars 2... trade-off is in Guild Wars 2, our raid bosses never become out of date. And in WoW, you can go back and solo old raid bosses. But I think that, like, I show you this to give you an idea of the difference in size and scope between the two companies that make these games. Like, Blizzard's team absolutely dwarfs ArenaNet's team. WoW has been out since 2004. Hold on, I'm gonna get the exact day. I think it was 12. Was it 2012? Yeah, it was 2012. So 2012 was Guild Wars 2. WoW 2004. Still though, come on, it has 40 bosses versus 970. It's a lot. I just show that to show that, like, the release cadence for the two games is monumentally different. Hyzen can solo some of those raids. You can solo raids in WoW. I mean, yeah. I remember when Wrath of the Lich King came out, when Death Knight was added to the game. You know, and Death Knight is, like, you know, crazy OP. I was able to solo the Mythic 5-man dungeons with the Death Knight. Took forever. Took me like an hour to do like a 15-minute dungeon, but I was able to solo stuff then. But any tanky class with lifesteal, Death Knight, a Demon Hunter, they can do crazy. They can solo crazy stuff. Unless you add an enrage timer to something, anyone who can out-heal the thing can eventually kill it. I think I understand the argument he's trying to make, but he's not doing it constructively. Maybe he's trying to say there isn't variety in Guild Wars 2. Not having negative things in the search bar immediately doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and it's not Guild Wars 2 content creators' fault. YouTube. But I mean, I just showed that for WoW though. Hold on a sec. So in WoW, let's see, tier list, main thing, an ad. I tried WoW. upcoming thing, an ad, a speed run, Mythic Dungeon International. There's nothing negative here about WoW. A beginner guide. Oh, okay, here's the first thing. I had to scroll down this far. Blizzard are their own worst enemy. I love Bellular's content. I don't know what this video is about. I haven't seen it. WoW keeps getting better. WoW has a new player problem. Okay, so we saw some negative stuff after we went down like 4 pages. But, yeah, I mean, it happens. I don't really understand the mindset of I looked up this game I like and I want to see negative things. That perplexes me. Like, I totally get that some people have different mindsets than I do, and I try to, like, put my feet in their shoes, so to speak. Like, you know, this guy loves World v. World right now. I'm not currently passionate about World v. World, but they got a new legendary, and I'm happy for them because they're hype about it. Fishing gets added to the game. Homesteads. Decorating. I don't really care about those things, but I know that there are people that do, so I'm happy that the community's happy. I do not really get this guy wants to see negative stuff about the game when he looks it up, and it's bad that he doesn't. That... it just, like, stun locks me, IRL. I don't really know what to do with it.
That's right.
Hey, Mike, I watched the video. It didn't try to come off as rude and... Hang on, I was going to do it again. Mike, didn't try to come off as rude and stuff. I'll be better if we talked about it. Basically, most of the argument was in the rest of the reaction. Okay. I might check it out later. I was getting a lot of complaints in chat. People thought you're just, like, looking for a fight or something. Like, I got no problem talking about this stuff. Like, I have a million collabs, but, yeah. The existence of well-thought-out criticisms of a game isn't a sign that the game is healthy. Wait, the existence of well-thought-out criticisms of a game isn't a sign that the game is healthy. Oh, I think you're just, like, mocking. That was the vibe I got. Oh, okay. Let's see. I do agree with you. Now that I have the context, I was an early teen playing Druid for most of my life. Secondary Paladin. I have no concept of balance as it once was. Oh, yeah. Most of my WoW knowledge, like, I've been very clear about this. I quit playing WoW when my kid was born. So 14 years ago. And I dabbled since then. But, like, all of my hardcore endgame knowledge of WoW is from launch to 14 years ago. I can use my kid's age as a constant up-to-date counter for that. That was actually because I remember telling the team I was doing server first with, I was like, I gotta retire. I'm about to be a dad. And they were like, what? Yeah, we waited until my wife was like 7 months pregnant to drop that bombshell. Couldn't be streaming 25 hours a week. Or, sorry, not streaming. Doing endgame raiding 25 hours a week after that. Could the answer be culture shock? Culture shock? I think culture shock is if, like, I go to one of those countries in Asia that eats chocolate-covered grasshoppers, and I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy, okay. And they're like, oh, it's got protein. And I'm just like, I mean, yeah, but it's a bug. You know, like, I think that would be culture shock. I don't think culture shock really applies to, I want to see bad things when I look up my favorite game. Like that, I don't know, that's something else that I'm having trouble wrapping my head around. My husband was tanking a WoW dungeon when my water broke and he had to drop. Oh, that sentence did not go where I thought it was going. WoW's biggest culture shock to the launch of Guild Wars 2, they can be level 80 on day 1. I mean, you can buy a boost in either game. He believes criticism of a game means the community for the game is healthy. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay to not like things, but like I said, like, I have so many videos referencing things that are broken, and to be fair, over the years I've made hundreds, if not thousands, of videos if you're counting VODs. So if he hasn't seen them, that's fine, right? You know, they get buried. That's totally fine. But to say that they just don't exist, I think it's more accurate to say that, like, I've made quite a few of them and they don't do anything. Like, if I've made videos highlighting 30 different bugs in the game, maybe I've seen one get fixed. If you guys would ever be interested in talking about this, I'd be down for a discussion. I'm totally fine with that. Apple, do you have me on Discord? Or hang on. Beep, 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 beep. Let me see. If you want to ping me on Discord, we could do talk on stream on coming days if you want. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally down to do like a discussion about it. Right now, my plan for the next 30 minutes is just to chill, not get too crazy with my voice. And then later today, after some rest, I'm going to record the Stellar Radiance legendary video. Tomorrow or the day after, we're going to prepare the Strife Unending video. That one, I will have to run around World v World to get some footage. There's defo a view that yours two streamers are gentle and WoW streamers more sassy. He's brought up the Rose situation a lot. To say there are more Rose-like streamers in WoW who wouldn't get banned, does that make sense? Okay, so here's the thing. Another thing is, he said in, I forget which one, but in one of his arguments, he said that the moment that Rose criticized them, they banned him. And that's not true. He was making content, and I was reacting to that content, and he was reacting to my reactions to that content for 3 years. He got banned because he made a joke on stream that both Twitch and ArenaNet thought was a threat. It was a very dark, and I know Rose enough that I believe it was a joke, but it was a stupid one to make, right? So that was why he got banned, not because he was making stuff ridiculing the game for 3 freaking years. It was a whole different thing. We need turtles for this. If Twitch also banned him, it wasn't just the Yours ANET thing? Yeah, it wasn't. Twitch also did. Now, I don't know if he ever got unbanned or anything, but yeah, it was 2 separate companies. But they do not mind edgy content until it crosses a line. Like, to give you an example, Nike, who, you know, anyone who's been here for a long time know that he and I have butt heads before. He made a lot of very edgy content, and then he got in trouble when he started impersonating a community manager. And that was what crossed the line. It wasn't the years of edgy content up to that point. It was when a line was crossed, then it was too far and he got in trouble. ANET made Twitch ban him. ANET can't even make Twitch end drops at a certain time. They've messed that up so many times. Oh shoot, I wasn't on the turtle. No, I do not believe that ANET can make Twitch do anything. Now, what I could believe is if ANET or another individual posted the clip of him saying that and just brought it to their attention, they might have been like, oh shoot, yeah, this crosses the line. Because, you know, the people at Twitch don't review every second of VOD footage of every streamer that exists. It's just not possible. So maybe they brought it to their attention, but if they did something, if Twitch acted on it, then that means it broke the rules. However, we're focused very much on Rose in this conversation. I want to say, like, I think the reason we're focused on him is simply because he made edgy content. And his content was really good. I liked it. You guys know that. Could there be other people that make edgy content? Yeah, for sure. I don't really know of many others that, like, most of the ones I know that did edgy stuff crossed a line and got in trouble for crossing a line. like the threat or the impersonating a community manager, things like that. I don't know of any that just stayed edgy and then just stayed in that zone.
The legends.
I think there's at least one other healer here, because I'm not seeing nearly as many bodies hit the floor on this than I usually do. Nick, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you.
The legends.
Nice. Green numbers! Always enjoy the green numbers. Appreciate Mook's channel on it. Wouldn't blame if you want to move on. It's an ANET thing anyway. I considered Rose as close to a friend as someone that I have only known through the internet who lives on the other side of the planet could be. I enjoyed talking to Rose. He very much would sometimes like go too far with his jokes. Like there was one time I invited him to a collab and I was like, hey, this is going to be PG. Is that okay? And he goes, yeah. And the thing is at that point, I had already done a few collabs with him, and he could turn it off, the edginess, he could turn it off of that. And I thought he could do that. And then that last collab, he didn't turn it off. And he was like saying a lot of really inappropriate stuff. And I was like, dude, I cannot do more with you in the near future. It was a Vermintide. Some of you may remember it. He said some stuff that was like way too far for the community we had that day. And I was like, I had to tell him, I was like, dude, I can't anymore. So that was like another time that he just went to, like, he thought he was just joking around, and he didn't realize that, like, he apologized afterward. He's like, I didn't realize how much I was bothering you guys. And I was like, I told you it was a PG thing, and you went like way too far with it. So there's that occasion also. He just kind of misread the situation and was like, he thought he was joking around, and then later he realized that everyone else in the room was uncomfortable. The shared chat was wild too. Yeah, that was a whole different thing. Muk, have you tried Heisen's Dagger Selly Druid build? I don't think so. Or I might have, like, on a Golem, but I haven't tried it on, like, any bosses or anything like that. Muk, I want to share a concept idea I had, wondering if you could find something like that interesting. You're welcome to send it to me, if you want. Either here or on Discord. Did Apple find me? Hang on. Wait, what? What is this? Dude, I just got a DM from someone in chat named Lemon King. Okay, I see Lemon King in the chat right now. I'm guessing Lemon King is the Anon person that does all the really weird gifts in the chat. Because they sent me an invoice receipt for gifting subs to Prolapsed Pickle, Breast Milk Connoisseur, Breast Milk Latte, Breast Milk Coffee, yeah, and the list goes on and on. So they sent me a receipt, just a screenshot of this receipt. So I'm guessing Lemon King is our famous Anon person. And the only thing they wrote was, "The torch shall be passed." Which, I'm not positive how to interpret that. Maybe they're saying someone else needs to gift to weird names now. Maybe they've had their fill of the joke. Oh, man. 100%. There you go. 100%. They've been doing it for a few months. It's looking at this receipt goes back to September. So from September to May, they were gifting people with weird names like breast milk. It ain't me, I'm poor. Well, I thank you for buying my ramen one very weird sub at a time all these months, Lemon King. Oh, man. And then the other DMs are people trying to sell me artwork. And one guy who got hit with a Mr. Beast crypto scam. I can barely sub myself. Bird tree again? No, not bird tree again. Not bird again. What's the consensus on the new update? I think the story and the new zone are good out of 10. There's 2 new legendary projects, which are massive if you wish to work on those, if you need some endgame stuff to do. There's the new relics. People still kind of build crafting with them, trying to figure out if any new builds are coming out as a result of that. Stuff like that. The new healer one seems good. Oh, and we got the Ranger Otter Pet. Which, it's kind of a unique thing. It's got the biggest burst heal. It's like 3k base healing before modifiers or something like that. It's got the biggest burst heal AoE of any pet. However, most of the time when healers take a pet, they usually take one that will, what's the word? Utility, like projectile block with the turtle or Aegis with the white tiger, you know, like a boon. They usually don't need more healing. Maybe in PvP. Like, I know for a while there was a... his name escapes me. There was a really good Guild Wars 2 PvP Ranger player, not me, who was doing like high-end ranked PvP with a support soul beast, but he was mostly merging with Jacaranda. The Otter might be good for that spot. You might be able to do something there. More heal than Fernhound? Yeah. Yeah, it's, I'm in a low-level zone, so the numbers might be weird here. Yeah, okay, the numbers are weird here. In a max-level zone, when I checked it, the Fernhound was like, let's say 2k healing, and the Otter was close to 3k healing. But the Fernhound also does regen, but the Otter also does weakness in the area. Do I see your mail full all the time? Someone in the last 9 hours sent me 6 mails. Hold on, what is this? Hey from Ukraine, been watching your streams for a few years. Thanks for the content. I don't play Guild Wars 2 every day anymore. I want to donate shinies to the giveaways. Hopefully it should be about 20,000 gold in skins and stuff. Please do more giveaways on the morning streams if possible. I was always too late for me to try your luck in the night streams. Bro, what? Oh my goodness. Wait. No staff. Bastion. Dude, this is incredibly generous, but 20k? Is there anything in here that's like in the thousands? I'm surprised by that statement. Like, there's easily hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gold in here. 20k though. Anyway, I'll have to pull it out and like check it all. But yeah, thank you so much. We'll definitely find a home for all of this. And we'll try to do the morning giveaway request if I can. Essence of Holbrook? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up. How do you spell Holbrook? It's a 49 gold item for making the city portal scroll. Ooh, it's for making the Holbrook portal scroll. That's what it is. Maybe there's more mail, but you're in. Yes. Yeah, I need to go to the giveaway bank and pull this stuff out and put it into the bank. Mukluk, can you adopt me? This means giveaway in 15 minutes? No, it doesn't. It does not mean giveaway in 15 minutes. I gotta sort that stuff out. If they ask you to adopt them, that's extra income for you? No, because then I have to feed them. I can barely feed Boy and Ship. They both eat more expensive food than I do. Monk, can you do a map comp stream and make one of the legendary stuff from the boxes so we can learn it like? I've done map completion a few times over the years. I'm really not itching to do it again. That's why I didn't buy the last legendary starter kit, because I was like, I've got 8 in the bank. I don't think I'm gonna get to them. Just 4 map comps? Yeah. That's still a lot of map comps. I've done, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 over the years. I don't think I got any more in me. You can always make Boy do map comp. No. Mark, do you have all the Guild Wars 1 pets? If you mean the Ranger pets, no. I have, one of them? From the Hall of Monuments, I have the Black Moa. I don't have the Rainbow Jellyfish, the White Raven, or the Black Widow Spider. I can't reach him. I'm a melee build. Is it child labor if you have your kids stream for you? I think there's an age limit. Like, you cannot be on stream by yourself unless you're over a certain age. I forget what the age is. It's not really something I've investigated seriously before. But I know that there are some kids that stream and they have to have like their mom or their dad like in the camera shot with them. I remember a story of a woman who had her infant on camera and she had to leave for a second and got banned for it. If it's the same story I heard one where there was a lady who was streaming and like someone came to the door like delivering food and she got up to go to the door and then her like 4 or 5-year-old walked into the room where the stream was and said like hi to chat. And then she got I don't know if it was a temporary ban or a permanent ban, but she got a ban because there was a unsupervised child streaming. And I agree with you. If that happened the way that I just told it, I think that is silly. How often do you play with Chip? Daily?
I give up.
Unless he wants to be left alone. I respect it. Did meta for the first time, we failed. Oh no. The new meta? I haven't seen it fail yet. I did it twice yesterday. Now, the main thing I always remember with the age limit on Twitch is there was this one boy who, I don't know, he was below the age limit, and he had a condition that he was like shining a spotlight on, and I forget what the name of the condition was, but it was like his skin was as delicate as like a butterfly's wing. So like if someone were to hug him, it would rip his skin off. So like he was streaming and he had like bandages wrapped around him and stuff like that, and like his dad had to be in the shot because of the thing, but they were raising money for like medical bills and stuff like that. And I always think of him whenever I think of the kid age limit, because I remember he had to have his dad there, but his dad was like super supportive. because yeah, the whole thing was helping out with like medical bills and stuff like that. But it was interesting because like the people were asking him questions and he was answering, and they're like instead of hugs, he and his parents did like gentle fist bumps because it was too dangerous to give him like a full-blown hug. Or even got your drops, all that good stuff. Usual plugs. If you happen to be new here, my name is Muck. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. I aim to be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream. I'll be playing on the NA Guild Wars 2 servers, just making guides on the new content, messing around, talking with chat, usual stuff. Hit the follow button if you want to join us in the future on Twitch, or subscribe to these two YouTube channels if you would like to see all the stuff I make on YouTube. And a very special thank you to our patrons. They keep this channel alive. I couldn't do this without them, and there's a link to that in the chat if you're interested. Shilling complete. Let me see who's live in the Guild Wars 2 section to drop a raid on and support someone. Let me see. Oh, Annie is here. Annie is visiting Guild Wars 2. Hang on a sec. This might be the only time, because Annie is a much bigger channel than mine is. This might be the only time I can raid her where the raid is bigger than what she's got right now. Alright, so I'm going to raid Annie Fuchsia. We did a collab a while back. Some of you might have seen it. I helped her with Super Adventure Box. Alright, so I will see you guys over there. You guys have a good one, and I will be back tonight.
Let's continue tomorrow. So log out. I guess I can let it play in the background while I set up my PlayStation.